All right, can you guys hear me now? Okay. Weird. I don't know what that was about, chat. My microphone reset itself somehow. It looks like my audio also reset. I have to fix all that. Okay, very strange. I don't know what happened there, chat. I do apologize. I don't know, but whatever. We should be good now. It's set to a different audio device for some reason. Anyway, what I was saying was that we have a matchup that we may be seeing more often going into the not too distant future, because we do have Drukhari versus Grey Knights today. Grey Knights coming out with an incredible win rate, especially online. We'll have to see how they do in person. A little bit more up in the air, I think, but we may see them, kind of finalize their list construction. I think there's a lot of people coming out with lists that are very similar to the lists that you would play out of the previous edition of the Grey Knight Codex, which is super different than how they play now. You can't just come in with your Paladin squads and your little 5-man strike teams jumping all over the place. That doesn't work so much anymore. They're a little bit more point-and-click adventure game, but they certainly have a lot of interesting things going on with the faction. But Drukhari, obviously, with a ridiculously good win rate, killing everyone constantly ever since the release of their new codex. It hasn't really changed, and it'll be interesting to see if Grey Knights can kind of hold a candle to how powerful Drukhari are right now. So I'm actually really interested to see how this game plays out. We do have Dylan Usher on the blue side here playing Grey Knights. We saw him in his recent game against Devin Swan, who was playing Thousand Suns. It was a ridiculously close, incredibly close game, and came down to just a couple points in VPs at the end. If you're a subscriber, I think that's available right now for subscribers over on the Twitch replays, but otherwise it'll be on the replay channel in a couple weeks, and that game was super good. It was very cool to see those two factions go head-to-head, Hexfire style. But today he's up against Dimitrios and his Grey Knights. This is King Kong Fury, I think is his name on the Discord. I'll just verify that real quick. Yeah, King Kong Fury over here, a.k.a. Dimitrios playing Drukhari on the red side of the table. Let's talk about some lists, chat. We are on priority targets today, so the objectives do move before the game starts. And I actually just recorded a video, which should go up probably next week, where I talk about all the GT2021 missions. And I think the objective moving at the start of priority targets is one of the most interesting things about the mission. And I kind of wish more missions used that objective replacement style, because I think it does create it's really interesting pre-game phase. As we can see, there's the role to deploy first usually doesn't really matter in 40k unless you play with highly asymmetric tables, which generally speaking you probably shouldn't be doing, because it can create some very unbalanced game states. But unless there's like a piece of terrain you really want on one side of the table or the other, that roll to go first doesn't really do anything unless you're on priority targets, because it creates this really interesting dynamic of, whether or not it's important to move the first objective, whether you want the control of moving two objectives at once, and then, obviously forcing the last player to move the objective that's probably least important. Super cool mission. I love me some priority targets, chat. Thanks everybody for joining. By the way, it looks like we got Nurgle Matthew, patron chaos god of Twitch 40k over here in the chat. Good stuff. Ferris in chat. Dr. Doots. Hope everybody's ready for some sweet 40k. Hope everybody had a good week so far too. Has anybody got any games scheduled over the weekend? See if I can get the clock in here. I do apologize if the clock resets off of the overlay. It does that sometimes, and sometimes I'm going to miss it, so it's been pretty bad about it this morning. But while the players are deploying, we'll go ahead and talk about some lists real quick, because we have some interesting stuff going on. We'll talk about Dimitrios' Drukhari list first. This is a triple patrol, probably. 1, 2, yep, triple patrol. We have one coming out of Cabal of the Black Heart. That brings the Court of the Archon with a Master Archon with Ancient Evil for the Fight Last plus the Jin Blade. Makes a lot of sense. 2 units of Rax in that detachment, 2 units of Incubi, 1 unit of Scourges, as well as 4 Raiders. So they get that Cabal of the Blackheart reroll. Literally no other synergy with Cabal of the Blackheart, though. Although the Court of the Archon will advance and charge in turn 1. That is relatively relevant. We also have a Cult of Strife detachment, bringing Drazhar, as well as 1 unit of Witches, 2 units of Reavers, 3rd Patrol detachment, bringing also Cult of Strife. We have the Succubus with Competitive Edge and the Triptych Whip. It's a Master Succubus. Drazhar is the Warlord today, so he is going to be bringing his reroll Warlord trait. We also have a big unit of Witches, 10 Witches with a Shardnet and Impaler in that detachment. Big unit of Incubi, 10 Incubi, as well as 1 unit of Mandrakes and 2 units of 10 Hellions. So this list really focusing a little bit more on the ground forces in Drukhari, which I think is really interesting. Looks like we got some gifts over here. What do we got? Nurgle Matthew with 25 gift subs gifted. Holy crap. Thank you for the blessings of Nurgle. Patron Chaos God. We'll give a shout out to everybody who got one. Big Brown Stud, 1991. Symbiotic Lives. Symbiotic Lives. Sonic Av. Pants, 999. Joshy Josh, 00. Timonius. Jonathan gets one. Alan Pickrell. Lord Faraday. The Stoic. Sierra Kilo Denmark. Jaffa JB. Hogan 16. I apologize, chat. My chat box is cutting people's names in half, so I have to stitch them together in my brain. All right, I'm gonna butcher this one. Lu Shoinzuz. Lu Shoinzuns. Sure. Acid House. XXX. Tiger Trip 1. Ligurian. Scarbell. Jamos. Stricken. SSB. Frozen Jacks. T-Bone 2. Max. Forever. Forever. XAX. Sloan. The Wraith 07 and OC Panda. Nurgle Matthew, thank you so much for all of the gifted subs, dude. I really appreciate it. Good stuff. All right. Well, that's an auspicious start to the stream. We'll continue to talk about this Drukhari list, though. So Dimitrios in here with, I think, a little bit of an interesting one. I do love the inclusion of the Court of the Archon and the Hellions in this list because, I mean, those things are great. Hellions are phenomenal. This list gives you a lot of turn 1 pressure. Having those Hellions in the list to just give you the ability to run out anywhere. They're not really restricted as much as the Raiders are in their movement. Plus, you have the ability to deal out those mortal wounds with the eviscerating flyby. It's all good stuff. Other than that, but relatively standard list. Basically, just less Raiders and more Hellions, which I'm here for. The Hellion profile is like absolutely insane. 17 points for a 2-wound model with a 2-damage melee attack and a gun that moves 14 inches and can advance and charge. Pretty freaking good, man. Good stuff. And then we also have those Reavers in there as well. So this list is very fast on the ground, which I think is a good one. We'll talk about Dylan Usher's list here as well. Now, we saw him play a very similar one against the Thousand Sons. But this one's a little bit different. We do have a Wardmaker's Battalion detachment. Dylan was joking before the game started that this is going to be super useful, making his psychic powers potentially undeniable if you roll an 8+ to cast. Not super great. So, you know, that it is what it is. It also gives him the ability to deal some additional damage with his Witchfires, which is fine. But obviously that first sub-faction ability, not good for this one. We have that being led by a Brotherhood Librarian. He's bringing Gate of Infinity, Vortex of Doom. Psychic Epitome is his Warlord trait. I'm just gonna... I will have to... I will have to look up some of this stuff. Oh. That is an additional mortal wound from Witchfires. So we're all in on dealing mortal wounds with Witchfires. We also have Gem of Benaktu on that guy. Moving over, we have Lord Calibdor Draco with Gate of Infinity Sanctuary Warp Shaping. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 strike squads, all with 4 swords in a single warding stave. 5 models per strike squad. We have 3 interceptor squads, 5 models in each interceptor squad, all halberds and a warding stave. Just like the strike squads, they're like strike squads with extra steps. We have a purgation squad with 4 incinerators. I know Dylan loves these guys, and they're going to be good against the Drukhari. Less good against the Cult of Strife stuff, but, you know, it is what it is. And then we also have a Spearhead detachment coming out of Sword Bearers. That's bringing 4 Dread Knights. 1 Grandmaster Nemesis Dread Knight with Empiric Amplification, Vortex of Doom. He's bringing... they all have the teleporters. Yeah, so they can all teleport Shunt. He's bringing the Sigil of Exigence. So he has... I believe that's the one that lets him redeploy after he gets shot at. Yep, so if he's targeted with a ranged attack, he can just teleport himself to be out of range, potentially, and then your opponent can... select new targets for their attacks. Pretty annoying if he's the only eligible target, though. You just lose all your attacks. Seems good. And then he is a Servant of the Throne. So he has a 3+ invulnerable save for 1 turn. Kind of a little bit of, what's the word? What's the relic? Armor Indominus action. That's an Armor Indominus effect right there. Good stuff. So I think a little bit more standard in that second detachment. Apologies, chat. Sword Bearers bringing their stratagem to give +1 to hit for enemy units within 12, one of their Psychers. And their psychic power is going to give them +1 to wound for their vehicles. Yeah, so definitely. It should be called Nemesis Great Sword Bearers, I guess, because you're just buffing Dread Knights for the most part, right? Unfortunately, you don't get use out of the Warlord trait out of Sword Bearers. It does give you a vehicle of 4+ invulnerable save. But obviously the Grey Knights the Dread Knights already have 4+ invulnerable saves, so they don't really need that.
I'll put the Dread Knight down there. Come back to you.
Oops. It looks like I accidentally deleted a message in chat there, chat. I apologize. That was unintended. That's what I get for having my admin panel open while I'm clicking around. That's my bad. Anyway, players just getting wrapped up on their deployment. We do have a couple things in reserve. Looks like Raider 4 for Dimitrios. He has marked his Raiders very nicely here. Raider 4 bringing a unit of Rax as well as a unit of Incubi. That's in reserve, actually, which is interesting. A unit of Hellions deep striking in as well as the Scourges. They're probably there to do some... well, we're not engaging all fronts or anything, so I guess they can Stranglehold. There's no reason not to drop them in. We also have the Incinerators in deep strike for the Grey Knights as well as 1 unit of Strikes. Otherwise, everyone mostly deploying right on the line here. It's going to be a relatively aggressive game, chat. I'm excited to see how these Grey Knights can fight through the Drukhari. Are they the savior that was prophesied that would save us from this Drukhari menace? For secondary objectives, both players taking Stranglehold priority targets. Dylan, I believe, has taken Purify as his 3rd secondary. We can I'm sure we'll get a confirmation of that as soon as he goes through his first psychic phase. Dimitrios over here with Abhor the Witch, which makes a ton of sense. Going to get 2 points for all those little strike squad unity kills. 3 points if he gets any of the characters. And I imagine he'll get the Grandmaster Nemesis Dread Knight, at least. Now, Dylan did have a question about the purification. What's it called? The secondary objective, not Purifying Flame, Purifying Ritual. It is a little bit ambiguously worded, just for future reference. There's a clause in the secondary, in the psychic action of the secondary, that specifies that each objective marker cannot be purified more than once per turn, but it never defines what constitutes the objective being purified. The way that I've elected to rule it in this instance is that performing the psychic action is... You can only perform the psychic action targeting an objective once each psychic phase, essentially. So that restriction on cannot be purified more than once per turn is a restriction on the number of times the psychic action can be performed. That might get overturned as soon as we get an FAQ document on it. I'm sure we'll get one immediately, but it's super super ambiguous. I'm gonna be honest. So I don't know. We'll see.
I got a 4.
So it looks like Dylan winning the roll to go first.
You go first.
And Grey Knights are going to be taking first turn here. That's a big deal. Drukhari obviously gets super duper powerful with the ability to push all of their transports up the table. So we are going to see things a little bit easier for the Grey Knights here today, I think. I didn't put a prediction up, chat. I'm going to put one up real quick. We did see the roll to go first, but that's okay. I'll put one up for like 1 minute. So get on it.
No, the thing you want.
All right, get those predictions in. Boom. I did it. I clicked the button. I'm going to send it back to the players' mics real quick here as we go through Dylan's first movement phase. So we have all 4 Dread Knights on the board. The Grandmaster.
Just a cast.
I like this aggressive positioning. Like we said before.
Oh, sorry. Command phase. Drago is going to make this the Dread Knight here reroll all hit rolls.
Like we said before,
that's all of the command phase.
The Grandmaster would be really awkward if he was your only eligible target for ranged attacks, because he could just teleport out of there and make your entire army not be able to shoot. I don't think Dylan would love to use the Sigil of Exigence on turn 1, but if it blocks out an entire shooting phase, I'm sure like he would be okay with it. So then the Nemesis Dread Knight Grandmaster can deploy up very aggressively and then just pop back if anything would happen. Obviously, it doesn't really matter if he goes first, but it does allow him to push a little bit farther forward.
Do we want the Grandmaster moving up? I don't think. Oh, sorry. We will be starting in Tide of Convergence. So that's plus 6 inches to the range of psi weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Grandmaster can see there. Can he hold the middle? Would you get probably not ideal.
Yeah, the issue is that the Purifying Ritual never... the implication is that a completed psychic action purifies the objective, but that's never defined in that secondary objective. So we're gonna play it the less powerful way until it's confirmed one way or another.
Maybe. Come on, take a chance. Maybe. Okay, we're going to then just go to movement, I think. Yeah. This is our plan. Here. Then we'll spend. Yeah, then we'll spend 2 CP and teleport this Dread Knight.
Mhm.
So, where can I be? I need to be.
So teleport shunting a Dread Knight onto Dimitrios objective.
More about staying in line of sight of this. And in range. Okay. So if I touch terrain and the objective. In range, and that's going to be a 7-inch charge with 5 inch of iron Archon, which I think I can survive. And also a lot of witches, but that's fine.
Just witches. What could witches possibly do?
So this guy's going to touch the terrain.
They definitely don't
so
get
we
like
can see that.
photo and drills
Okay.
or anything.
And he's in range and he's on the objective. Then we are going to move these guys up a bit.
So lining up to drop that purification on 4 objectives potentially on turn 1.
Interceptors can move
Good
out.
stuff.
Drago will move up.
Definitely a good use of a teleport shunt early. We're also potentially going to force some Drukhari out of their transports on turn 1 in order to charge this guy.
This Dread might go.
And that's, given that you have sort of 2 strike squads in there to counterattack, that puts yourself in a pretty good position. The one super duper benefit that Grey Knights have in this matchup is that, you know, every one of those models carrying a Stormbolter means that against that light Drukhari infantry, they are absolutely lethal.
Yeah. I've got the librarian here. So just remember, the librarian model's meant to be librarian and the Drago model's meant to be Drago, but they've got the wrong. They've swapped the stats over because I'm an idiot. Okay. Not a whole lot I can do about that, sorry. Okay, yeah. And then I think we'll go to Psychic.
So just to clarify, this model is the librarian, and this model is Draco.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we can just
I'll change the name.
Yeah. There you go. Perfect.
Again, sorry about that. Five out of 5. And then there you go. 7 out of 7. Cool.
Nice.
So,
Good stuff.
and then we'll just go to Psychic.
What are drugs on the witches? Yeah, let's take a look at combat drugs.
So,
Raider 3.
Going into Psychic, we are going to have...
We do have 5 Incubi in that detachment.
Drago cast Sanctuary onto this red
Looks like we got +1
unit.
strength and toughness on the witches in Raider 3. The big witch squad might be on the list.
2 dice. Goes off on a... Sanctuary goes off on a 6, I think. Yeah, goes off on a 6.
Big witch squad does have Grave
And doesn't go
Lotus.
off. Oh well. That's fine. We're going to have the Interceptor unit cast the Warp Shaping power. So that goes off on a 5. Ooh, damn it.
Lol.
But that's fine. We'll have this Dread Knight over here. Try and cast the Warp Shaping power.
This is not warp shaping, right? That we're doing right now?
No, sorry, Purifying Ritual.
Okay.
I'm really sorry. I got the name confused.
I was really confused
Okay.
there for a second.
Purifying Ritual. The Dread Knight will try and cast Purifying
Yeah,
Ritual.
it is
onto
only
this objective.
it's only 5 witches
Need
in
to
Raider
5.
3. It is the Incubi is what you have
And
to be
I'm gonna
worried
have to
about in that
CP
Raider, I think.
Because I can't have them taking more
The
wounds.
Raider 1
And it goes off.
over here. So yeah, I guess
So
yeah.
that's
So
one.
we could see witches come out of this one to attack that guy, and
We'll
Incubi
have
come
this
out of
Dread
this one
Knight at the
potentially.
back. Try and
If the
cast
Archon
Purifying
gets the
Ritual
charge
onto
and he
the
fight
back
last, it
objective.
could be really awkward. But if he gets to interrupt, it's not the end of the
Goes
world.
off. That's 2. And we'll have the Strike Squad over here. Try and cast it on this objective over here. That's 3. Cool.
So we got 3 Purifying Rituals active this turn. Love one of them.
We will then go on to the Grandmaster, who has nothing to cast, and then we just have the Librarian. So, Librarian is going to cast Gate of Infinity onto this red Interceptor unit. And
So I like this. The Interceptors popped out to drop the Purifying Ritual. And now we're just going
I'll
to gate them
pop
back.
the gem for +2 to cast because I need it to go off, and it goes off on a 7.
I love this. This
So,
is
got +2 to cast, goes off on
good
a 7.
sequencing.
Go. Really?
Oh,
you
we're
right now,
flubbing it,
Librarian.
though. Oh,
The exotic phase, know your thing, man.
I really needed them moved. Ah, well. I don't think I've got anything else.
and that was a
I
gem
can
pop,
cast.
too. So we
So,
blown the gem of
go
a knock
for it.
2 for a 4
I
on
mean,
the site
cheating.
on the
So,
Gate of Infinity.
might as
Oh,
well
that's
get
rough.
used to these. So we've
So-
got...
With money so to hit.
Yeah,
because you
actually,
are
we'll do
Librarian.
the... We'll do the Grandmaster first. He can
Mhm.
see less. Okay. So we've got the 12 silencer shots hitting on 3s now.
Mhm.
Cool. Winning on 3s. 4 wins.
2.
Okay. And then we have the Psy Cannon. 3s. And 2s.
Good thing we're running on
Bad
2s there. And that's going to
Good.
wipe that
Cool.
Mandrake squad. So not only do the Interceptors
Then
get stuck out in the middle,
shoot, that's fine.
they also don't get to do anything.
And then we'll have this Dread Knight shoot into the...
So unfortunately, I think the reason that
Okay,
Dylan
with
was
money so to hit.
upset
Cool.
about that was that
no.
he is going to give the Drukhari a very easy charge target, especially with these fast movers in the Hellions and potentially the Court of the Archon, because they can advance and charge turn 1 with that Cabal. I like this little token that we got here for lightning fast reactions. So we have a lightning fast on the Raider here to hopefully have it survive against the Nemesis Dread Knight.
There you go.
Mhm.
Then wounded on 4s. Damn it. Okay.
Damage.
Damage 1, -2 AP.
Yeah.
So, 3. And then we've got the Psy Cannon. Rerolling. All hit. Wounding
Ooh,
on 3s.
big hits with Drago rerolls there.
5 wounds.
Big wounds.
-2
This
to
Raider
damage.
might get taken out. And it... Oh, only 6
6
goes
more?
through? It's on
That makes
1?
me eternally sad.
No!
Ow.
Oh, too bad. Missed it. Unfortunately, Dylan with a relatively strong
cool.
turn 1, but
That's all the shooting
just
I can
missing
really
it
do.
with
So
some
we've
bad,
got no charges, so that'll be the end
some
of
not
the
great
turn,
dice there.
I think. So we get 3 on priority targets. We get 3 on
You can cast the
Stranglehold,
ritual
we
and do other stuff, chat. You just lose your psychic phase with that 1 unit. But if you cast it with units that can only cast 1 power anyway, it doesn't matter. Psychic actions operate differently than standard actions. You only give up your psychic phase actions. You don't give up your the rest of your turn.
The objective secure, the interceptor?
No.
No, okay. Και can the Great Knight και Heroic intervene? No.
No.
Cool.
Okay. Pass the turn over to you. Here we go.
Yeah.
So we are over to Drukhari now. Dimitrios verifying that he can just run and grab these objectives with his fast movers. Doesn't even have to deal with that Dread Knight, really. And I like this positioning as well. The area terrain is difficult, so the Dread Knight would have to slow itself down to move around this direction. It can't move through here with that body block, so Dimitrios may just take a round of shooting into this thing and not even engage. It can't really get anywhere. It'll kill some Reavers, and then you're like, alright, whatever.
Two guys, cool. I will try advance with my axe.
Oh.
Big one on the Rax advance.
And they will advance backwards.
Cool.
Let's see. I can see. You have two guys on the objective, right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Reavers with that automatic 8-inch advance.
I advance, I go 18 and I advance 8.
Okay.
So 26 if my math is right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So I have two guys. So I have objective.
Good stuff. That's so fast. I think Reaver's a little bit of a maligned unit. More recently anyway, but just this speed and especially on larger units being able to move so quickly and tie up stuff in your opponent's backline with like a high wound count is still very good. And we are seeing that here. Dimitrios is going to, without really having to do anything, he's just going to grab 3 objectives immediately from his opponent. He can kind of stay in his backline, although I don't think he's really allowed to cede board control to the Grey Knights, so he might still have to move up. That said, he is leaving an open spot in his backline currently. I wonder if we may bail out some units from Raider 3 and use that to screen out the backline of his deployment zone.
Cool. That's all.
Oh.
Ah, sorry. I will fix a bit this guy.
Okay.
So easy is okay. And your turn.
Okay. Can you pass the turn over?
Yeah.
Cool.
Ah, sorry. What is this?
Yes, see how you
Just
can
like-
follow
okay.
much of the action with no sound.
Okay.
Why don't we? I'll write on the screen
Make this
here.
harder.
Grey
But my interceptors are alive.
Knights
Okay.
winning. There you go. That's easy to read, right? You'll be fine.
What do millions have? Okay.
Thanks for the positive reinforcement, chat. So Dylan knocked it down to just 5 or just 2
Drago's
objectives.
just gonna make this Dread Knight reroll all the hit rolls this turn, I guess.
So he's going to score 10 points for primary. Both players will have scored their Stranglehold priority targets. Dylan did get the Sanctuary
Yeah.
psychic action points.
That's fine. I can charge them. What else? This librarian can try and screen by himself as well. Okay, so we've moved the Dread Knight. We don't need to get the interceptors out yet, so that's that covered. This will be mostly covered. We might want to move over a bit then. No, I think we'd be fine there, actually. You can shoot and I'll kill. You can charge and kill. Interceptors don't need to come out. These ones.
Yeah, so it is a little awkward that we did see. I mean, we're gonna be basically giving up the Reavers.
Yep, so we can say
With,
there.
and that's about it.
Cool.
Dylan's just gonna be able to grab those models and peel them out. But we do turn on advance and charging thanks to power from pain this turn, which means that Dimitrios' army threatens much further now. So anything that remains on these objectives is going to be in danger from the other units.
There we go.
So both players have to play relatively cagey here. If Dimitrios overcommits and moves too far forward, I mean, we just talked about how powerful those Stormbolters are into a Drukhari army that's bailed out of its transports.
Yeah.
So if he pushes too far forward, we could have a situation where the Grey Knight army just comes back with an, super powerful shooting phase. Also, those Grandmasters, their weapons aren't like phenomenal. They're mostly kind of a mixed purpose unit. They have a good ranged attack, but most of their damage comes out of melee. But certainly against like T3 Drukhari, all of their shots are absolutely lethal.
Oh yeah, start the turn, I got 10.
18 strength 6 shots is pretty good. So it looks like we may be pushing the interceptors forward. No, it looks like we're going to keep them safe. Okay. So it looks like the plan here, we're going to chain them back. We're going to try to purify the center again. And
You got the racks.
get a charge into the racks. Hopefully, potentially engage this raider. That would potentially, if you can, with a charge move, if you can get some models here, that blocks off a lot of the exits that the models or the incubi inside would take out of that raider.
3 guys, I can see the raider. Cool. We'll have this thing just move.
Oh, we also potentially can ping off the wound on this raider with a Stormbolter shot, which would be really cheeky. Only a 4+ armor save in that raider, which means once you get that 5+ to wound through, there is a pretty reasonable chance that the
in 24
that the raider goes down.
Yeah.
And if the interceptors are able to kill the raider, it makes the positioning for the models jumping out a little bit more difficult because you have those Dread Knights covering the positions where the occupants would disembark. And it looks like we also have the Purgation Squad in there. Yeah, this is going to make things really awkward for the occupants. I think probably just go here, though. Maybe an emergency disembark to get there. But yeah, if we place here, it looks like we could turn those guns on the racks if we wanted to. They're not actually that bad at hitting raiders either. They are AP1, so they get to a they put them on their 5+ invulnerable save and your strength 6, so you win on 4s. It's fine. This does feel a little aggressive out of the Purgation Squad, maybe.
Range of Hellions. Yes, we are. Cool. I'm not going to see here anything. The Strike Squad can stay exactly where it is, because it doesn't get me anything to do that. And yeah, I think I'll then go to Psychic. So we will have the Interceptor Squad is going to...
Can we check this guy real quick? I think he's a little close.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry about that. It's because I've got 3D on. Yeah, he's
Yeah, it's
fine
always
now,
awkward
still
with the measuring from the
So,
Raiders.
start off.
Not only do you have
I'll
to measure at an
cast
angle, but
Smite with the
they
Pegation
also their collider
Mhm.
doesn't really work on
onto the
TTS.
Raider.
Ooh, we're gonna try to smite the Raider with the
Two
Purgation
dice on
Squad.
5.
Here we go. Big ol' 5.
And it's a 12.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's overkill.
Oh, boxcars it. Well, that's not really what you
Uh,
wanted.
okay. Very good, guys. Nothing.
Yep. I take 2
Does
mortal
it
wounds. Cool.
No.
Okay. I take 2 mortals and I didn't save any, so bye bye, just a card.
So unfortunate, but at least the Raider's dead. Several times over, I think. I'm gonna put it on the Drukhari time for when we do disembarks here. So Drassar getting out with that unit of 10 Incubi. Oh yeah, you can't let that Incubi unit get hit by the Predators. That would be so bad. Measure their range. Oh no, we're in range. Chat, what are we doing? There's no guns over here. I guess you're worried about a gate potentially, but you're always gonna be gated on.
Yep.
This is very dangerous. We're playing with fire here, chat. This Incubi squad, I think, is going to get burned alive. Yeah, unfortunately, that was basically still a cold psychic phase roll, chat, because the Raider only had 1 wound, so you don't need the D6, so you just lose one of your guys for no reason, basically. Any other successful psychic test would have been better for you than that double 6 there. I appreciate that we're being very meticulous about positioning these models so they're not on top of each other. All right. Do they die? Is the real question.
11 cards.
Yep.
Survey says
Wow.
3. Ew. I think this might be a dead Incubi squad, chat. I think they might get burned. Well, that makes life easier for the remainder of the Grey Knights army.
24 range, right?
Sorry? I could
24.
I could teleport forward.
Yeah.
See there.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we may see a gate to kill the Incubi, and then the Predators get to
Rest of the Psychic Phase,
retarget into the
Interceptors
Hellions.
Try and do Purifying Ritual.
I did mention that
Goes off on a 5.
I thought this might have been an aggressive Predator drop there, but I think that might have been wrong. This looks absolutely correct.
This Nemesis Dread Knight.
Dylan
is
knows
on the
Grey Knights
objective,
better than I
cast
do.
it. Yep. 2. We'll try and up the strikes back here, cast it again. 3. And we'll try and have this guy. He's going to cast. Do we need Hammer Hand? Toughness 4, strength 8, 2 wounds each. No decent invuln. They are +1 toughness, so toughness 5.
Yeah.
Same thing. No, I should be fine. So we'll cast it with that Dread Knight there as well. Goes off, so I've done it 4 times. So that'll be 6 points.
Wow.
Let's put that on. Cool. We'll have Drago cast.
So full points for
onto
Purifying
these guys.
Ritual. Good stuff.
Goes off on a 6. Nope. We will have him try and cast Warp Shaping, maybe, because I don't think I need the extra range, although the mortal wounds are nice. No, I think we'll stay in Tide of Convergence and he can stop. We will have the Grandmaster Dread Knight try and cast Vortex of Doom onto the Reavers. Goes off on a 7. It doesn't go off. And we'll have the librarian cast. We could gate him.
Has anyone really been far even has decided to use even go want to do look more like?
No. Forget him. I don't really
Has
get to
anyone
kill
really
anything
been
else.
far?
Um,
Has anyone? Thanks to the resub, Dr.
I'm not
Dudes.
in range to do that. So I
From time to
think
time,
we'll
I
probably stop with that.
have really been
Yep.
far even as decided to
So
use
onto
even go want to do
shooting.
more look like.
So the purgation squad is going
Occasionally,
to shoot
from
into
time
these,
to time.
all in range. So 4d6 flamer shots.
So no Gate of Infinity today. We're 0 for 2 on Gate of Infinities,
14.
but it looks like we will burn
So
this Incubi
strength
squad to
6,
death.
-1, and wounding on 2s.
Oh, 12 saves on that Incubi squad.
12
AP1.
saves, 4 ups.
Saves are good though. We only lose
5
5.
dead.
Well, that's
Yep.
most of the squad. We're down to 2. Ugh. Maybe you keep 1 wound on the Clayvex? No, all right, that's fine.
Oh.
And the awkward part is that that unit's really difficult to engage back into because you don't want to charge them. The Overwatch is going to be brutal. And I mean, I guess you could call to strike to ignore Overwatch.
The Reavers.
So that might be the way to go.
Actually, let's do the one that's re-rolling all the hit.
But shooting at them is going to be awkward because of that dense cover.
Do our lightning fast or anything?
No.
Cool. So we are hitting on 3s, re-rolling with silencer. Are they +1 toughness as well?
No.
So
Toughness
wounding on 3s, 5 wounds, -1.
5 up. Damage.
Damage 1. I've still got the side cannon.
So these Dread Knights proving absolute overkill for these Drukhari profiles. just ripping most of his Reaver unit off the table with just the
side cannon.
just the silencer.
3s. Re-rolling.
Maybe a missed
Drago,
sequence there. I think you want to shoot the side cannon first. Generally, it doesn't really
2s.
matter in this case because he should kill
And
the
that's
unit.
3 saves, -2.
Yeah, but the side cannon
damage.
being damage 2, that would
It
have
doesn't-
straight killed 2 of them, and then the silencer would have hit the remaining models. You want to fire those 2 damage weapons against the 2 wound models
Then
first.
we'll go to this Dread Knight, who I think is just going to shoot the Reavers. So that 12 silencer shots, hitting on 3s,
Yeah, no other targets for that Dread Knight.
and 4s. 1 wound, -1.
Save.
Cool.
Oh, he might have to
And
charge,
side
Chad.
cannon,
Silencer bungled it.
4 hits, 4
Toughness
wounds.
5. The toughness 5.
Oh, yeah. 3 wounds, -2.
1 guy survives.
Cool.
Oh, no.
2 damage, is that?
Nope, just
Yeah,
kidding.
2
They have a
damage.
6-up save.
Cool. I don't think we have anything else. So I think it's just on to charges now. Yeah, we're holding 3. So we're gonna have the interceptors charge into the racks,
Okay.
All right. We do get a fight phase this time, chat.
and we get a 12.
The boxcars.
There might be.
Boxcars on the interceptor charge. Here they come.
Yeah, it might just be in.
Sorry, Rax.
Uh,
R.I.P.
we want the Justifier in.
Rack in peace.
Uh,
I would like to see some protection trying to be given to the Dark Dread Knight. Yeah, there it is. So we are going to try to wrap around the edges of that of this obstacle to try to block some disembarks on that raider. If you engage the raider as well, it means it can't advance up the table, which is going to be useful for you.
Cool. That's all my charges, so I'll do combat. And we've got 4 halberds, so that would be 12 attacks, but +1 because we have the Justicar.
We should
We
pile
don't
in.
consolidate anywhere. I mean, pile in. So 12 attacks,
Okay.
13 attacks. Hitting on 3s, strength 6, so wounding on 3s. And any 6s to wound, we'll do a mortal wound in addition.
Ew. Not a great roll.
3s again. So you've got 2 mortal wounds and 5 saves at -2. And then
Damage?
damage 2.
Okay, I will roll the successes on 5 after no pain.
Oh, ho, ho.
To
We're
get
trying really hard to survive with that damage ignore roll. One of them
4
survives.
deck
And then
and 2 mortal wounds.
Yeah, but the mortal wounds get
5.
him.
Cool.
Getting that convergence going, chat.
Cool. And then we will just consolidate.
Okay.
So we'll go there. He'll come round. So he's closer to the edge there. I think he could get in there. Yep.
Are you touching the Raider?
Yeah, I will go into combat with the Raider.
Okay. Well, I can to right, so on this because Black Heart or Black Heart roll.
Yep.
On this. 3 minus 1.
Yep.
Damn, Raider.
4 ups.
Oh,
We take the
just
wounds.
biffed it.
Yeah.
One dude gets murdered.
Okay, so he's in a 2 again.
What's your legacy?
Easy peasy.
I'm leadership 8. So I'm down to 6, so I could fail on a 6.
Yeah, because I have,
Yeah, they charged recklessly into the
minus,
Raider. One
legacy.
dude like literally
Yeah,
just
that's with
got
the -2.
stuck by the pointy bit at the
8
front.
down to 6. I lost 1, so I
Rip.
fail on a 6.
Mhm.
So we'll go to morale. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay.
Fine.
Cool.
I've got the wrong wind.
So far, so good for the Grey Knights.
And
They're
I will
remaining on
end the
3
turn. I'll pass it
objectives.
over to you.
They did cede the center objective, but given that Dylan's expecting the Drukhari to be able to push so heavily onto that objective now that they have that advance and charge, using the interceptors more aggressively and using them to block off that real estate is going to be more valuable to him than trying to hold on to that objective. Because not only is there no way that unit's going to survive this Drukhari army, it also gives his opponent easy charges onto objective 3. And so just removing them from that position makes a lot more sense. So it looks like we are going to throw the Court of the Archon in there. I kind of would have liked to have seen them move up last turn and do this, but they could have just killed the interceptors. But I think you do have to expose them on the turn where you're going to try to threat saturate this Grey Knight army.
I'm just going to pop the toilet.
That said, it's a volume of shooting that's really brutal to these models, so the turn that they come out is going to be really dangerous. I wonder if we see everything come in on the table this turn and we just try to throw as much stuff in the face of this Grey Knight army as we possibly can. Now, like I said before, dealing with these this Purgation Squad is going to be a little awkward. I wonder if we see a 5-woman witch unit pop out to attack them because they can ignore the Overwatch. And that should be a winnable fight for them. It looks like the Hellions are just going to do it. Okay, well, that's fine, I guess. Seems like a little overkill, but, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta send 10 Hellions into 5 Brigaders.
And I'm back.
Okay. My Hellions came here.
Yeah, we might have missed the Incubi morale chat. We'll double check. Did the Incubus squad on Objective 1 take a morale test?
Yes,
Yeah,
I lost 1.
Okay.
And, I failed the leadership test.
There you go, chat. Yeah, it looks like another one ran away.
Come on.
By the way, what combat drug do the Hellions have? Oh, Painbringer.
+1 toughness.
Yeah.
Here my witches will get out.
Cool.
So I think bailing out of Raider 3, but we're doing it in the back. Everything but that witch squad. There's a witch squad in 3, right? Yep. Interesting. And we're going to send a witch squad onto Objective 2 as well.
Come on. Yeah.
Drukhari definitely on the back foot in this game so far. These 4 Dread Knights definitely sort of put up this kind of impenetrable wall of iron
The witches.
that they're
Yep.
it looks like having a little bit of trouble engaging into. And with the mobility of the Grey Knights and the fact that they have not only the priority target objective, but also Purifying Ritual to fall back on, like they don't need to push out of their deployment zone really at all to score points. So we're seeing really conservative play out of Dylan, which I really like to see. But it's forcing the Drukhari into some awkward trades. And as the game's going right now, I mean, I'm not sure that the Drukhari come out on top of this back and forth. I mean, if this is all that we put up in the Grey Knight player's face, these witches are going to get killed by Stormbolters. The Dread Knights are going to kill the Court of the Archon. And that's mostly going to be that. I would like to see him drop his reserves in this turn.
Yeah.
Thanks for the follows, everybody. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh, I'm having a little trouble.
Okay.
Just measure from the thing, it's fine.
Yeah, we'll also have to see how much damage we can do here. The Succubus plus the Witches should kill this Dread Knight. But obviously it makes things a little awkward. You can only ignore Overwatch on one of these things, so we may even see a Dread Knight shot into the Witches, although we don't have Drago's rerolls anymore, which would have been nice.
The Great Knight cannot shoot reinforcements, right?
No, I can't. I don't have anything to spec scan.
Yeah. Cool. Okay.
So this is the Raider with...
Can you put another to him?
Incubi and Rax. Jumping into the area here to fight over Objective 4. Having that OBSEC down there could make it a little awkward for the Grey Knights to be able to respond.
One command point to get back the guys inside.
Yep.
It looks like we're just going to be angling for
one command point to fall back and shoot.
kind of maximum charges on the units on Objective 4 here. Trying to steal that objective away from the Grey Knights and drop them down to 1 objective. It's going to be a little awkward because, I mean, I guess if the Rax get a charge in on the Dread Knight, well, we need one of these units to get a charge in on the Dread Knight. Or both of them, I think. Because if one of them gets in, I don't think they kill it, and the Dread Knight kills them, and you don't take the objective. But like, if these Rax charge these Grey Knight, this Strike Squad, I don't think they win that fight. think they just do a little bit of damage and then get killed.
Cool. I will catch it. Uh, okay, shooting. This radio will shoot your Great Knight.
So Scourges and Hellions remaining in reserve. We do get 2 Dark Lances targeting in on this Dread Knight.
3 up. Yep.
1 wound.
4 Finbun.
Save is good though.
Save.
Okay. This Gregor will shoot your Great Knight.
Okay.
Second shot.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay.
You got CP on that? It's a fail to wound
Yep,
on the Dread
I will
Knight.
spell
Needing a
up on my
3.
poker
Yep,
all
there it
this
is.
Yep.
Gets through. And then if save goes through.
I'll spend a CP to reroll.
I'm gonna burn both CP there.
No,
Reroll
go
is
for it,
not
damn it.
good. Dread Knight takes 6. Ooh,
Cool.
boy. Ouch. That stings a
seven.
little.
Will shoot
Yikes.
this Great Knight.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
That one over there. Cool.
Good.
4.
Oh.
Ah, the dice. Saved.
Save is good on that one, though.
This guy
Well,
here.
I think you got to be happy about that. With from
I think they are
the
3 rage. Is he?
from the
this one.
Drukhari side, we're gonna try to pick some
yeah.
wounds off with shard carbines.
3 guys in rage.
Not that exciting, but you know we might as well take the shots that we have.
Yeah, because it's going inside the base. Yeah. So that's 9 shard carbines.
Yeah, yeah. 4 up. 6 up.
Yeah.
Nothing. These guys will shoot your guys.
Yeah.
So I can't see how many touch the forest of my guys. Let's say the half. I don't know. It's
You've
4.
got 4 guys on the train.
They're from the back another.
You've then got 6 guys.
6 guys. Okay.
6 guys that are at -1, and then 4 guys that aren't. I believe that's how it works.
Oh yeah. So 4 guys on face.
Yeah.
Let me roll it all together. And 6 on 4. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
A great shot out of this Hellion unit
Force.
trying to deal with these
4.
Purgators. Purgators. They're gonna fine.
Cool. Okay. Charges. These guys will spend 1 command point, so you cannot overwatch.
Yeah,
There it
sure.
is. They ignore Overwatch and the Hellions, so we're gonna go in and try to probably certainly remove those Purgators once we get
Yep.
in.
These guys will charge on interceptors.
Yeah, cool.
Right?
So leaving a space in here for the Archon to get in with an automatic
No.
charge. Yeah, I'm just
Sort
gonna
of.
move 2 inches there.
Now, these guys here will charge your Great Knight,
Which guys?
the Incubi.
Okay.
Incubi are charging the Dread Knight.
Overwatch.
Yeah, this feels like a good
I'll
Overwatch.
just reroll 1's range.
I
Sadly.
feel like you might want to
So
charge the
it
Raider in
would be
first.
12 shot.
But if you don't make it with
I'll
the
think on
Incubi
my time.
afterwards, it's really awkward.
1 CP, take that to go with me 4 next turn, which is enough. Potentially leave me 2 next turn, which isn't great. Are they going to kill me? Maybe. Yeah, okay, I'll spend the CP to Overwatch.
So we are overwatching. with the Dread Knight.
So
What do we
have
get?
12 silencer shots.
Big sixes.
One hit.
All right, not that exciting.
Needs a 3.
Ooh,
Doesn't wound. And the side cannon.
would have been nice. I got one hit with the side cannon.
Needs a 2. 1 wound, -2.
Well, if you get 1 incubi, it's fine. Nope, he makes it
Of
safe.
course.
No sixes, chat. I'm sorry to disappoint.
So I need a 9.
You averaged like 3 wounds there, but maybe 2.
An 8. I will spend
No good.
1 command point.
So we're gonna try to reroll into that charge. No, not gonna
Nope.
make it. Well,
Cool.
that's the charge reroll done.
These guys have nothing special in close combat, right? Or do they?
Sorry?
In close combat.
So, in combat, they have 3 attacks each, strength 5 -3, 2 damage apiece, and 6s will do mortal wounds to wound.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't charge those guys. You
The
will not
witches
survive,
will
Rex.
charge this guy.
Okay.
Yep. With
Yep.
a 9.
So witches do get it on the other Dread Knight. Now I imagine we see a reroll wounds here. I guess it depends on how much damage the succubus does. Although I definitely expected the Archon to try to push this direction so that we could force that guy to fight last. Because having him be able to interrupt is really awkward. I guess you just swing with the succubus first and hope for the best, because his attacks on the witches are awkward because they have a 4+ invulnerable save. But he does get 10 attacks, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The Green Knight has 2 profiles, right?
Yeah, so I can either do 5 attacks at strength 12 strength 10 -4 d6, or I can do 10 attacks at strength 6 -2 damage.
Okay, I will charge my rocks to these guys. I don't know how to call them.
Yeah.
No? Okay. Cool. Legacy test here.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I have the Archon.
No. Yeah, you don't need to.
So I will start here.
Cool, starting with the witches.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, this one can come here.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
I'll try and put it in.
Yeah.
You're just gonna turn off auto raise. Just turn off auto raise.
Cool.
All right, we're fine. We made it work.
Okay. 1 CP for -1.
They're so acrobatic, chat. Did you see how acrobatic the witches were being?
Is the -1 AP not 2 CP?
The witch
when
on the
you're
top
over
there, like,
a certain amount of models?
look at me, mom.
Let me check. Maybe I'm mistaken.
Oh no, it's a yeah. So it's
no, it's always. So never mind. Only roll to wound. Okay. Sorry.
okay.
Yeah. It's always 2. My mistake.
Cool. Reroll wounds.
So yeah, here comes the reroll wounds. But we're going with the witch unit first, which means there is a potential interrupt
first
to
the
just
Succubus.
swing into the succubus, and I don't believe the Dread Knight degrades on melee, or it loses attacks. Should double check. It does lose attacks.
Okay, Epi 3 and Epi 2 and Epi 3. So your invulnerable save.
Yeah, it's all in the emblem. 4 ups.
2 damage.
Yep. So it's 2. Down to 11.
Okay, and then.
So Impaler gets in for a couple.
Okay,
And here comes the big swing.
37.
Yeah.
Take on fish. Working for 5s. Wow.
Okay, that's better.
The 5s are -1. The
Yeah.
6 are -1.
So 8 and 4. So the first 4 on
12
3
wounds.
ups.
Yeah, this is gonna be
All
brutal.
saved. And then 8.
We do save the
On
little
4.
AP swings. Invuln saves are not great. We take another
So we're
5.
down to 7.
Ouch.
Cool.
Cool.
Ouch.
Do you want to get up? Anyone?
Thanks for the follows, everybody.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Hope
Tempting,
everyone's
I could
enjoying the
just
game
take
so
out
far.
the
This has been a good one, I
succubus.
think. Definitely
If
kind of
I
a
take out the
masterclass on
succubus-
how
Although
to
the succubus is winning on 6s. So
Yes.
how to
I don't think it kills me, and then I've still got a decent chance because my weapon skill doesn't degrade.
play Grey Knights in this matchup.
I'll leave it.
No interrupt
cool.
on the Dread Knight to try to kill the succubus.
Okay.
We're just gonna hope that the Triptych
here,
Whip
my
flubs it,
seniors,
although she
here
does have
tactics,
competitive
back down
edge, so
attacks.
basically just pumping what, like 16 attacks into him?
On 4s. The 6 are -1, the other -2, the other -1.
Yeah. I just want to check something. Yeah, sure. Okay, so 6s are -2, rest are -1.
Mhm.
So 3 6s, 5 of the rest.
Mhm.
So the 5 with the other ones on 4s. 1 dies, and then 3 6s. 3 die.
Mhm.
So
I think
there's
they'd be
one
on
left.
5s, but it doesn't matter.
1, 2, 3.
Sorry, I can't see your model very well. Okay.
I've put a circle around it to help. Cool.
My succubus, 10
Yeah.
attacks. On 2s. On 6s.
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Or your invulnerable save.
Yeah. Saved. Just another one.
Another 10. Wow.
Oh, Jesus.
5.
Okay. 5 4-ups. That'll put me down to 1
Okay.
wound.
6. Yeah. And I will move
I-
a bit backwards. So you cannot
Yeah.
hit me.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm still bracketed. Probably should have hit the succubus, but I didn't think it would do that. Yeah, still bracketed 1 to 3.
How many attacks does the succubus have?
10.
10.
6 from the whip and 1 from the gag.
Oh, and then she has the combat drag. Yep. Gotcha.
Yeah. Plus 1 attack. Only on Saxon and Heroic.
There you go.
Oh.
Boosh. Yeah, I mean, a competitive edge with
And
the
do I do
extra
your interbind
attacks.
for the interceptors and
That's
stuff?
pretty
I will
good.
stay in things,
Gives you a lot of
so I
chances
can
to
heroic
grab those
after this. Okay, cool. And
grab those hits. Yeah, I probably should have interrupted there.
Yeah.
At least it will still get a couple swings into the witches, but the Master Succubus
I will
ability to
do-
move out of melee is a big deal.
the Xabion with the 6 attack.
But even then,
Okay.
First,
like, do you even
Going
swing into the
forward.
Succubus? I mean,
So
I think you
on
have to,
those,
but the chance you kill her is
heroic
very low.
ones from the Archon,
She has a 4+ invulnerable
on
save
force,
and can
Oh,
pop a lightning fast.
EP3. Sorry, EP2, I think. Let me check.
Yeah, the 2.
EP2.
Kills 2.
Maybe only get one
both
wound
Left
through.
to Jag, and the
These
other
twos, you probably get
attacks,
2.
and
But if there's a CP reroll in there, it
12
makes things
attack
awkward.
more. 2.
Yeah.
Wow. Come on, Archon.
I think Dylan maybe just forgot about the Master Succubus ability to move
And
out.
the fees.
That's cool.
This EP4 for 3
They're
damage.
dead.
All the Dread Knights have great swords, I believe, chat. I think
Cool.
they are modeled semi-correctly. Let me just double check. Exclamation point lists, by the way, can get you the list if you want to double check yourself. Yeah, they all have great swords, silencers, and sight cannons.
Cool. You strike back, no?
Yeah, so I'll do the Dread Knight into the Witches. So we have 6 attacks now. Weapon skill stays the same. We're doing the sweep file. So 3s.
Oh boy, all hits out of
twos,
this Dread Knight. Oh, but the wound roll's not
3
that good.
wins.
Only 3. Yeah, that's not what we wanted to see.
All saved.
Nothing.
And then the Variegator, he's just got 3
So I wonder
attacks.
if this is where the gate is going to be going this turn to try to pull that guy out of melee and wipe that
2
unit with
hits.
another
2 wounds.
another swing because
Save.
the witches will always strike
AP?
first.
No AP.
So it's going to be
Okay,
awkward to deal with
damage,
them if they lock that Dread Knight in
one.
combat.
Damage 1. Yeah, just 1.
Okay. 1 good.
Cool.
And, okay. I score.
Remaining Brigader
some
kills a
great
Hellion,
score.
so that's exciting.
Okay. And I killed 1 unit. And
yeah.
1 leadership test here.
Yeah. So I lost 3 guys and leadership 7, so I'll fail on a 5. Nope, he's fine.
Yeah. And okay.
Cool.
Yeah, I wonder.
Start of the turn. I'll score 10.
Talking about the Brotherhood, I think the Ward
Drago
Makers
will
may be a
make-
little bit better
make the Dread
into
Knight reroll,
other, like the
or do
Mirror
we make
Match
the
or Thousand
Interceptors
Suns, which I
reroll?
think people are worried about right now.
I think we're gonna make Dread Knight reroll
Definitely some technology.
and then go to movement. So. Uh, 4 guys in rapid fire, 1 guy's just out.
Yeah, JX Cole, thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate you. Hope everyone's enjoying the game so far.
Sorry?
Nothing, I'm just deciding if I want to move Drago up as well. I don't know. Maybe. What we will do is we will move these. Ooh. I think Drago can move like that. And then the interceptors can move so they can see.
Okay. Finish your movement. I'm coming back in 1 minute. Okay?
Okay.
So trying to screen as much as possible with this unit here. Maybe a little bit too far. There you go. Yeah, trying to screen out the back and get as many shots into the witches as we possibly can. Really threading a needle with this Interceptor squad.
3 guys.
Yeah, the Purifying Ritual is really strong, chat. Really seeing the power. It's getting a little bit more awkward now that the Grey Knights have been pushed off of objectives 3 and 2.
Okay, I'm back.
But even just getting the points for scoring the 2 objectives in your deployment zone is super easy.
Like that. And we'll have the Dread Knight move up. Like so.
Has there been any Thousand Suns winning? Yeah, Devin won Pod 9.
Master move
Actually,
up.
he played against Dylan, the Grey Knights player, in the finals. That game's still available for subscribers on the Twitch replays. It was a super duper close finish of the game.
As well. Okay.
I believe in you, dudes. You'll get there.
Yeah.
If anyone deserves to win a pod with updated Thousand Suns, it's Dr. Thousand Suns himself.
Okay. That Dread Knight can't really attempt to move anywhere. We need a unit on this objective, so probably interceptors. Yeah. Um, 9.
Pod 10 was cursed. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely had a cursed finals to Pod 10.
Oh, does the librarian need to move? Nah.
Good old Eldari artillery going first every game.
Just one.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Choose that. That's fine.
So good screening from Dylan this turn. Looks like his entire half of the table is going to be basically cut off from these Drukhari reinforcements. If this Dread Knight goes down this turn, it's going to be a little bit awkward for him. He does have to bring his last strike squad in.
Can he come in?
Coming in this back corner seems a little bit scary. You are open to a Drazar charge. Are there any cool things it can do coming in this back corner? I don't think it can shoot the Incubi, unfortunately. He has it highlighted the same as the other Grenade Squad. Mixing stuff.
So
Slay. Okay, so we kind of come in here.
Yeah, this turn is going to be tough, chat. We do have to remember there are 10 more Hellions and 5 Scourges in reserve for the Drukhari.
Oh, yeah.
This is the turn he had to break cover and brave the guns of the Grey Knights, and we'll see how well it goes for the Drukhari here. It had to happen eventually, and the question is how much does it hurt when it does.
Movement.
But I imagine we're going to see a lot of dead elves on the table this turn.
So, to start off, we're going to have Drago cast Gate of Infinity. Actually, wait, this Dread Knight is going to cast Warp Shaping, not Warp Shaping, Purifying Ritual on the objective.
Alright, first Purify. Here's a Snake Eyes. Ready, chat? No, it goes off.
Goes off. That's done it once. Drago is going to cast... Do you mind passing the turnover, by the way, so I get the CP?
sorry.
Cool. We're going to spend 1 CP for Drago to cast using 3 dice. And we're going to try and cast Gate of Infinity onto the Dread Knight.
So buffing the Infinity.
3 dice, picking any dice I want, needing a 7.
There it is.
There we go.
Easy. Pulls the Dread Knight out of combat. So that's going to open up that Witch Squad to get hit by all of these Stormbolters. That's going to be absolutely brutal shooting on them.
Where would be good? Oh, just over here. We have more shots. Yeah.
Alpsor, good luck in your game, man. For in pod 10. What's the matchup you're playing?
Yeah. Got Dread Knight there, shoot whatever I want. Cool. Yep. Then we'll have the Interceptors over here. Actually, wait, does Drago want to cast anything else? I don't think I need it. So the interceptors over here are going to cast the Purifying Ritual on
Orcs
5.
versus Iron Hands. That's an interesting one.
No, wait, Drago still has Sanctuary. We'll cast Sanctuary onto this squad here in front. Still uses 3 ice. Take the 5
I'm
6.
actually
Cool.
paired up against Orcs in my first game
And then we'll
of
move on to the interceptors.
Speedhammer.
So 2 dice.
It's triple
on a 5.
kill tank. It'll be interesting to see,
Yep.
like
So
post-nerf kill tanks, I guess.
We'll move on to this Dread Knight on the objective.
That's way better for me because my whole army ignores. Or I guess it doesn't really matter
Goes off.
because our whole army ignores new Ramshackle anyway.
And that's all we'll do for the action, so I'll mark that off. This Dread Knight in front is going to cast the +1 to wound power onto this unit here.
Plus
Goes
when it
up on a
wounds, so the
7, it's a
silencers
sword
will
bearer's
go down to winning on 2s. Ooh,
doesn't
not
go
like
off.
that though.
The Grandmaster is going to try Empiric Amplification, which is the +1 damage. Goes off on a 7. Goes off, so all psi weapons are +1 damage against that unit. We will have, let's see, that Dread Knight's done stuff. This Strike Squad will cast Smite into the racks. Doesn't go off. This Peg Aether that's in combat will cast Smite on a 6. Goes off on a 7, so D3 mortal wounds to the Hellions. Does 3.
Ooh, another Hellion dead to this one Brigader.
Okay.
This guy's just
Cool.
just wrecking the squad.
Sorry. I can't see the conhera, see, but okay.
Yeah, I can probably reset it.
They should be okay.
Take him off the table, it should like that.
Okay.
Cool. Then will this squad here, the Deep Stroke, will... Ooh, he's got to be back, sorry. Yeah, no, it's fine. We'll cast Smite into these. Yeah, Equidistant. Cool. So it goes off on a 7 now because it's had my first one, done my second, so 7.
Yeah, if you're interested in
10,
Speedhammer,
so
I'll definitely be streaming my games in it. Occasionally, Ash lets me pick up other games to stream if the players consent to it. Speedhammer tends to be the most interesting to watch. It's a little bit hardcore to play if you're not super practiced with your list. And some factions have trouble with it, but it's only 1 hour chess clock, so the game goes super fast. Which means that there's not really any downtime in the game, which makes things happen very quickly. It's definitely the best. It's 40k as a spectator sport. It's definitely the best version of it, for sure. Highly recommended if you're mentally prepared to play out a full game of 40k in like an hour. Then, it's super fun.
Okay, and then the Interceptors will try Smite as well on a 9. Doesn't go off. And that's the end of the Psychic phase. So on to shooting. So
who has the donkey hit?
Sorry?
Who has the
Hard to do with Tyranids? It's actually very easy with Tyranids, typically.
Tyranids, the rerolls are here.
The armies that struggle mostly are armies that like split their attacks into a wide variety of into like a lot of individual attacks. So like this Grey Knight army might be a little tough because you have like 7 individual units that make attacks every turn. Tyranids, at least sort of standard Tyranid lists, tend to only make 3 or 4 like big pulses of attacks every turn. So like I'm playing my Harridan list, and it like attacks with the Harridan, and it double attacks with the Hive Guard, and then attacks once with Gene Stealers, and those are all the attacks, and then your turn's done. But like a Space Marine list, it's like 12 units of 5 models is going to be a little tough. And melee hordes, obviously, like orc, 90 orc boys or 100 plus orc boys is tough also.
Range is And can he see?
Big psychic phase is being time consuming. A little bit less. I mean, less so than attacks, right? Psychic phases usually only need 1 or 2 dice rolls to resolve, or psychic tests. So, like, a big psychic phase is much faster to resolve than a big shooting phase, for example.
I don't need them anymore. So you can have. Let me check.
So, Stormbolter's going into the Witches. Yeah, we are seeing the power of this mass strength 4 shooting into Drukhari.
I can shoot that on 4s.
Yeah.
Sorry, 4
Thanks for the follows.
Hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s for Drago. Wounding on 3s. 3 saves. Cool.
Okay.
Got the unit.
And the Witches are dead. Wow, okay, there you go. See ya.
I think next we'll do this strike squad back here. We're going to put all the shots into the Incubi. Ooh, actually, we could shoot Lazar. It wouldn't do anything. I think we will just shoot the Incubi there.
Okay.
So 20 shots, hitting on 3s. Would you like to?
No.
Lightning fast. Cool.
No.
So 3s and 3s. 8 saves. No AP.
Feel good.
Anything else? Oh, over here. We'll have this strike squad shoot into the racks. So we'll do 20 shots there. Nine 6s and then 5s.
Ugh.
Okay, good.
Just removing these little units from the table. Holy crap. Most of this Incubi squad next to the Archon has been killed.
Big Dread Knight
We lost an
so the one that can re-roll hits
rack squad, an entire 10-woman witch squad. And now this Court of the Archon's going to get ripped apart by 4 Dread Knights.
No, we'll just do a silencer. So, hitting on 3s, would you like to lightning fast?
No.
Cool. Rerolling. And strength 5, toughness 3. Cool. Winning on 3s. So that's 5 saves, minus 1 AP, and 2 damage apiece.
We are 10 feet, right? So I have 5 up because I black heart.
Yeah. You get 5 of them.
Okay, and damage 1.
2 damage each because I got the +1 damage.
Okay.
Just roll another dice and that's 2 of them.
Sorry?
You do them 2 I was going to say roll another dice and then you've done 2 of the shots and then you've just got 1 more to do. Because you have to do them 4 at a time because you're 3 wounds.
Okay. That 3 damage, right?
2 damage each.
Army-wide +1 to cast is a hell of a drug.
So if you roll another dice, then that's 2.
As someone who played 8th edition Grey Knights can confirm. Thousand Suns look much more Grey Knight-y than Grey Knights do now, though.
The first one?
Grey Knights are just punching people.
Yeah, it's... Wait, it's... So you'd have to roll 2 shots, which would be 4 dice. Because the damage doesn't spill over.
Yes.
Yeah, you've only rolled 3.
I 4 in total.
Yeah, but you didn't roll that one. Okay. And then you've got 1 more because it was 3 wounds.
Okay, I have 1 more.
Yeah. Just 2 dice. Just 2 dice.
Come on. I'm confused by you. So 1 dice, 1 takes 1.
Okay.
Am I right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Grey Knights look like Blood Angels with Psychic.
Okay.
Yeah, but less jump pack infantry.
3 damage apiece. Rerolling the hits.
They replace all their Librarian Dreadnoughts with Grandmaster Nemesis Dreadknights.
4 5-ups.
Okay, what's the damage of this one?
3 damage each.
3 damage each. Okay.
But you've got your invuln saves to make first.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. The first one.
How many interceptors
Yeah.
does Dylan have? 3 units of
Takes
5.
2, dies. The next one.
1 unit was
Dies.
killed, so we have 10 remaining.
Sorry.
It's too bad that interceptors are like the
Yeah,
meta
also,
unit for
same
Grey
with-
Knights now because their backpacks are dumb.
Sorry. This one. Cool.
Okay.
My Kingdom for just a regular jetpack.
Okay. Then we're gonna do the Grandmaster into them. So he's hitting on 2s, but not re-rolling. So the silencer. And then come on, delete. And then 3s. So 5 ups.
That for damage 1.
2 damage each, because you've got the +1 damage power on you.
It is on the
Yeah,
unit,
15
okay.
interceptors is a far cry from
So the
60
first
veterans, chat.
Yeah.
Like, this is
Takes 2.
non-insignificant number of Blood Angels
The
list
next
or
one?
30 Sanguinary Guard, 30 Vanguard veterans.
Dies. And the next one.
Or, like, replace one of those with Death Company with
Takes
jump
1.
packs.
So, dies. And he takes 1.
Plus Inceptors. There's usually an
I've
Inceptor
got the
squad
Psy Cannon.
somewhere.
2s. 4 saves.
Okay, they are for 3 damage.
Yeah, 3 damage apiece.
The first one dies. The next
Yep.
one takes 2.
Did you only fail
I've
2?
never... I don't think I've ever
Sorry?
like fully watched a piece
it's
of
fine.
Ninja Turtles media,
Okay.
so I'm not...
I've got a side
I don't know if I understand the reference as much.
The 1 wound Dread Knight is going to shoot the red incubi.
Okay, retargeting.
So he's hitting on 5.
After,
He's re-rolling 1s. from the Grandmaster.
Blitzing through most of the Court of the Archon. Looks like we're going to get some charges in there to wipe
12
them out.
shots with the silencer.
We're going to see if this Dread Knight over here can kill the Incubi. We're rolling for the GMDK.
And
Yeah,
3s.
there he is.
3 saves at -1.
Okay.
Takes 1.
Easy peasy.
Okay. Then the Psy Cannon.
Oh, they look like katanas? If Interceptors were just
Ones.
Grey Knights that had swords on their backs, I'd be all into it. But like,
2s,
they're just little
1 wound -2.
They're just little like sticks. I don't know.
And
Belaying
damage.
pins, I guess,
Yeah.
on their backpacks.
Okay.
I kind of want to model some like jump
what else
pack
could I do?
strike
What's the
marines
charge? I
now
could do
and just
charge
use them as
to 5.
interceptors.
That'd be fine. The last Dread Knight is going to shoot the slip in the middle. Actually, we'll shoot the. No, I need them one more. So we'll shoot everything at them. So we're re-rolling 1s because of the Grandmaster, because he's within 6. So the silencer.
Cowabunga is
And
the
threes.
teleport shunt, chat.
And 6 3 ups.
We're renaming the stratagem.
On 5.
5 ups, yeah.
2 damages.
Yep, 2 damage each.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
The first one
Yep.
dies.
Okay.
The 2 next
Yep.
dies. And the
Okay.
2 last.
Nice.
Oh, Court of the
Okay.
Archon gets killed, so no need to even charge. Yeah, this turn has been brutal so far. Oh my god. As was expected, I think.
We just have charge. We just have charges to make now.
Basically,
I think so anyway.
we're going to be left with some Hellions on the table for
so, yeah,
the Drukhari. Raider 3 does have 5 witches in it, we should remember.
So this Dread Knight will just charge
and then we have the reserves coming in. But against that, 3 basically, or
Needs
3
5.
almost untouched Nemesis Dread Knights.
Yes, the 7.
And a boatload of Grey
There's
Knights
a
infantry.
Radiant here as well.
Just a masterclass on how to play this
Oh,
like
there's
KG
also a
style
Raider.
of game against Drukhari.
I didn't declare the Raider, so. You have to go like that and then rotate.
Yeah, the blank secondary, they didn't put in the secondary, but it's Purifying Ritual.
Cool. And then we'll just nothing else, no one else in range. Just on to.
Is TTS now. Friendly for a 40k noob? Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, wait.
The fact that you can play test like any units that you want before you have to go out and buy and paint them makes it super duper friendly for new players. Because you can sort of see what things work and what things don't before you go play other stuff. You do have to learn the TTS interface, but that's not that big of an obstacle.
Yeah.
And,
exclamation point how to play if you're interested in getting started with TTS 40k. If you want to join the Discord as well, exclamation point Discord. We do new player events pretty periodically.
I have a fight.
But those will get you links to those.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, but in the last FAQ, if the other unit gives you a fight last ability, you cannot interrupt because there is.
You've already got.
You don't interrupt. Sorry. Yeah, never mind. So, okay, but I will start with my.
I'm not going to interrupt anyway.
Yeah,
it's not worth it.
Cool. So, how do we start now? Fight last. I will start with my incubi.
Yep.
10 attacks.
Yep.
Cool. 1 2.
Remember the days of writing lists down on pieces of paper? Yeah, when I first played 40k, I was in school. And I would always I had so many pieces of ruled paper with 40k lists on them because I would just write them in my school notebooks during class.
So we'll do the 3 5s.
Good stuff.
We've taken 2.
So
we're down to 5. And then the 2 6s. Don't need a. I'm going to CP that too. And I still fail. Down to 2. Damn it. Cool. Then Georgia, your Hellions.
Okay. Dos.
Yeah.
Pause. Perhaps it's kind of good. EP1 and EP2.
Yeah.
So, yeah, per gate will be fine, right, chat?
It'll
be okay.
And it's dead.
See ya.
Oh, wait. Yep. No.
Yep. Anti-consolidating.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Incubi did get the fight last in on this Nemesis Dread Knight. It got nailed for 5, it looks like. Down to 2 wounds.
Big thing next to it. Yeah, the Grandmaster.
Yeah.
And then we're wounding on 2 6s Immortals. So 3 saves minus 2 damage.
Okay,
of course.
one guy.
Yeah. Okay.
That remind me of time playing on the floor with a bunch of random shit from the pantry as terrain.
My turn ends.
I'm getting a test for the incubi there.
Chat, we should when we do in-person live streams, we should do a pantry terrain day where we play on boxes of cereal and stuff.
I scored 10.
10.
Can you pass me the 10? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, they roll in game chat. Yeah, top right hand corner, you can see the dice rolls. Okay. There's the lines on the left here. Those will tell you the actual dice rolls, so you don't have to look at the dice themselves.
I will advance with the succubus.
Okay.
Okay. So got 10.
Mega blocks. Oh my god. I got so many. I got a box of Legos and Mega blocks in my attic somewhere. Go pull those out, make some sweet terrain.
Only 10, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
No.
Learned
I
very
will
recently, if you
advise my
select all the
brother.
dice and hover over them, you get a total of valuables, useful when you're firing mass flamers. Yeah, for sure. Definitely, like, there's a lot of hidden tools in TTS. That's a good one.
I will advance with my Helios.
Plaster cast. Oh my god. That brings me back. That was the 3D printed terrain of yesteryear. I know Captain Con, I just did some sponsorships with them. They sponsored a couple of videos on the YouTube channel. They used to run War Machine events, and all the terrain was like Herstart's plaster cast. Just hundreds and hundreds of tiny blocks assembled into buildings and stuff. Looks good when it's done well. King Manadork, how's it going, man? Thanks for tuning in. This has been an interesting game so far. Grey Knights went first, came out of the gate with a really interesting turn. Basically did some yo-yoing with units on and off objectives to grab a big turn on Ritual Purification. And basically continued to do that. We saw some passive play out of the Drukhari turn 1 and turn 2. They just pushed out this, bottom of turn 2. Basically, turn 1 used Reavers to contest objectives to stop the Grey Knights from scoring too big on primary. But in response, they didn't really kill very much. So the Grey Knights were able to move up, clear off the center 4 objectives essentially, with Dread Knights and Interceptors, and have kind of dominated the center of the table. We just went through Grey Knights round 3, and it was a brutal turn because the Drukhari finally had to break cover to move up there. We saw a Raider pop out in this forest right here. It's actually camouflaged sort of perfectly inside this forest. Dropped Rax and Incubi out, although they failed their charges out of Deep Strike. And we saw Witches come in here and leave a Dread Knight on 1 on this side, but unfortunately all those units getting punished. Like, Court of the Archon moved up to the center to hold the center objective. That got shot to death by the Dread Knights. More Dread Knights came in, killed most of this Incubi squad. Purgators came in over here, killed another Incubi squad. And all the Stormbolters over here killed a Witch squad. So we saw a bunch of dead Drukhari last turn. We still do have some reserves for Drukhari. 10 Hellions coming in, 5 Scourges, as well as these Hellions ready to move out, and Drazar, of course. So this is the turn that we're going to see some damage dealt. It looks like what we're going to try to do is commit Drazar into the Grandmaster, although he does have the opportunity to pop his 3+ invulnerable save, thanks to Servant of the Throne. He could also, if any ranged attacks go into that guy, he could also just teleport away. There are interrupt points available for Grey Knights, but I think it looks like we're just going to try to... We got the Grizzly Trophies in range of the Grandmaster, so we're going to try to Tormentor him. Hopefully that works, so he can't interrupt between Drazhar's 2 swings. But with that 3+ invulnerable save, I don't think Drazhar does too much damage to him. What's going to be interesting is where these Hellions end up, I think. We're trying to get the Succubus into this Grey Knight squad up here. I think what you want to do is try to get the Hellions on this top side and see if you can get a big charge to get them around this corner. That's where they want to be, although that is Drago there. They don't really have a good place on the table. Thanks for the follows.
Wait, do you want to circle? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Come on, little Scourge. I believe in you.
Okay, my Helios.
Yep.
I guess he just lives there.
Jump,
So Scourge is
bubble,
popping in the back here. Hellions in the center. Are we just going to try to get a charge on a Dread Knight? I guess this is sort of the opposite of last turn. Drukhari just need to get everything in melee this turn. If we can get in and clear some Dread Knights, we have a good chance to get out of this, but those Interceptors are so brutal against the Hellion profile. As soon as the Hellions commit and deal any damage at all, an Interceptor squad picks up most of them.
Okay.
This Helios will shoot your knife.
Which will what shoot what?
The
Hellion.
Helios.
Hellion shoot the Dread Knight. Cool.
All right. We got those little splitter pods. Let's see some sixes here.
Sixes.
What do we got? Big one.
One.
All right. Well,
Zero.
that's a start, I guess.
So like this Ranger will shoot that Great Knight. Yes. Yes.
Big 6 to
Same
wounds.
Dread Knight here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we see the 4+ invulnerable save? We do.
Saved.
This Ranger number 4 will shoot the same Great Knight. Black Harky roll.
Rerolls a 1 into a 1. Flubs it with the last Raider.
Ranger number 3 will shoot the Great Knight with 1 wound. Yes. Yes.
2 6s fall up, though. That's perfectly average rolling. And the invulnerable save flubs. That's just going to remove a Dread Knight. All right, so we're 1 down. See if we can get some good
No, they don't.
good dice otherwise.
I've increased your ball, by the way, by 2, and then the other 2 for killing the Pegation squad.
Sorry?
I've
Yes.
put your ball off, it's fine.
Okay.
So I guess the plan here
My
is...
Graza will charge your Great
Yeah,
Knight.
here's the charge. So Drazhar, we just need to hope we get the
Master has the color.
Tormentor on the Grandmaster. Then the Hellions can charge in with reroll wounds.
Thank you.
Maybe they kill that Dread Knight. Feels a little bit sus, but I don't know.
His leadership 9.
Yeah, leaves at 9.
Okay, go here because my Ranger will charge him as well.
The Hellions are all Painbringers,
Yep, definitely.
and that's extra attacks, right?
My Helios will charge your Great Knight.
Oh no, +1 softness. Just
okay,
kidding.
just 1 second. I don't know if I want to Overwatch or keep the CP for an interrupt. I have a lot of shots, but I will keep the CP for an interrupt. Go ahead. Needs an 8.
No. I will spike 1 command point, roll this one.
Okay.
So we are going to CP reroll, so no reroll wounds on the table. They make it in, but we're pushing for 5s to wound with these guys.
11.
And that if that Dread Knight doesn't end up bracketed after this, it's going to be brutal on the swing back. Things are looking a little dicey for our Drukhari friends here. We'll see how it goes. They could always pull it out. They're good at rolling dice.
Succubus will charge your guys.
Yeah, needs a 5.
The cleave is 2 damage, yeah, chat. The double attack profile on the Dread Knights. Yeah. He does lose attacks when he brackets, as we learned earlier. So
I'll let you go. I'll let you go back. Did you mean to shoot these guys into here?
Okay, thanks.
I'll let you do it.
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
some good sportsmanship from Dylan there, allowing the Scourges to shoot, even though we forgot.
Wow.
Ooh, big 7. Only 1 wound, though.
Yeah.
Power armor stays strong.
So my Archon and my other guy will sack your guys. It's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Let me roll to see.
Yeah.
No.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
Moving the entire
Okay, cool.
moving the entire dice roller here.
The cleavage 4. My 4. And Archon.
Yep.
7. Cool. Okay.
Fear not, brothers.
Legacy, one legacy for the Great Knight there with the two
Indeed.
balls.
Fear not.
Yep, leadership 8, so you need 9.
No?
Nope.
Yeah. One legacy for the Champion Master.
Yeah, you're gonna need an 8.
This is a big one.
Because the minus.
Oh,
yeah,
no!
Okay.
So Tormentors
cannot
work from Drazhar into the Grandmaster, so he cannot interrupt even between the two Drazhar swings. That opens up the Hellions to swing first to try to put this guy down. Then Drazhar gets all of his attacks before any Dread Knights can
I'll
attack.
declare it. I'll declare it now, just so I don't forget. The Dread Knight will use the 3-up invuln against Drazhar this time.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna need that. So we could see an interrupt on this Dread Knight to keep it alive.
So
But the Grandmaster not being eligible is a really, really big deal.
Yep.
And, I thought they were okay. Golden of 5. Okay, minus 1.
Okay.
Minus 2. Okay.
Yep. So the 6 at -2 first.
Yes.
Yeah.
So on the 4+ here, only 2
so
go
that's 4
through.
damage, and then 4 at
And then
-1.
3+.
So 4 3-ups. Taking 4
We
damage.
really needed. That was a big wound roll, but we really needed
5,
that
6 damage.
real to wound. Yeah, he's
Down
not even
to 7.
bracketed. Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm going to spend 2 CP to interrupt with the strike squad over here in combat with the Succubus.
Oh,
Okay,
dangerous.
I will give minus 1 to hit.
Cool.
No, actually, no. Go ahead. I'll keep it for you all.
Okay.
So interrupting with the strike squad, interestingly. I guess we do have the Tormentor didn't go off in the Incubi down here, so
we've got
the Dread Knight will be swinging first in the fight normally.
So 13 sword attacks.
So that actually shouldn't really matter. We do have there is a potential that the strike squad kills the Succubus here because we do have Drago.
3s, no rerolls.
Drago's rerolls. Or we don't, I guess.
And then we are wounding on 3s.
He's not rerolling once.
6s are mortals.
Oh. I guess not.
So we've got 1 mortal and 5 saves to make at -3, 2 damage each.
She needs to make
Cleanse, purge, kill.
Okay.
That's 5 damage.
And one, I will roll the 1.
I still have a staff. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
So he's taken 3. And then I've just got 3 attacks from the staff. 3 hits. This is strength 7, so it wounds on 2s. So 2 saves, 4 ups, 2 damage.
Yep.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah.
Down to 3.
Okay.
So, in order to CP reroll a saving throw, you do have to slow roll your saves. Because your saves are taken one at a time.
Okay.
So you don't know the results of your other saves when you would go to reroll.
I kind of knew. Okay. Yeah, I understand. You want to start from the start?
So because we took saves after the fact, I think it's okay, but just for future reference.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to reroll, don't fast roll your saves.
You know how you want to go? You want to do it from the start?
I'm fine, leave it.
Okay. Thanks. So, yeah. I will start with. Sorry.
Yeah, unfortunate the succubus didn't go down there.
The succubus.
I think the reroll was already a gamble in that instance, chat. So I don't think that were we to have slow rolled those saves, Dimitrios would have played it any differently. Which is why I think we're okay with keeping the game state as it were. But it is good to keep in mind that if you want to reroll, you have to slow roll your stuff out. Because we did have an entire weapon profile to swing after she had taken her saves. Yeah, I thought they were in range to reroll ones, but I guess not. This is a 9-inch bubble off Drago, so they might have been just out, but I think he could have maybe couched his consolidate a little bit.
Sorry, give me a sec. What's the profile? They're conceptors, right?
Yeah, so they've got same number of attacks as the strikes. It's basically in combat they're like a strike squad, but they're strength 6 minus 2 damage instead.
Okay. Cool. Gaza will do the strength 6 3 damage profile for 5 attacks.
So swinging big attacks with Drazar.
On
all good on the hits.
Freeze because he has +1 to wound.
Yep.
Rolling. Okay. 4.
Only 4 from the first swing, and we do have those 3+ invulnerable saves.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Okay. Down to 4.
Oh no! GMDK whiffs 3 out of 4 of the 3+ invulnerables, takes 9 damage from Drazhar's first swing.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
That's 8 dice you've got on there. You already had 10.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna swing little attacks here now, I think. Yeah, which makes way more sense. You'll need 2 to go through regardless.
5, yeah, that's still EP3. That actually gets a market. So on 2.
What? Okay, there we go.
Yep.
Who's?
Rolling. On face. Wow.
Ooh, that was terrible. Good thing we reroll.
Would it not be 4s because you only swim 4?
Yeah, +1 to wound. The strength 4 +1 the weapon, strength 5.
Yeah, and I'm toughness 6, so it goes to 5s and then to 4s.
No.
Yeah.
I have +1
strength
to
5.
Well.
Yeah, so your strength 5, you wounded me on 5s, and then the +1 to wound makes it 4s.
Sorry, you're right.
And then 5 saves. Okay.
All right. This should be okay.
2 more damage.
We hold the baby.
Okay.
The Grandmaster survives on 2.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I really do.
That was...
Yep.
That was so scary. We have a Raider to attack now. Please don't kill the Grandmaster with your Raider.
On 4. 1.
No. Okay, just the 1.
Okay.
That would be so... That'd be ignominious.
Okay.
Oh man.
And over here.
My Archon, 7 attacks.
Yep.
On 2s.
Fighting over the clock here, chat.
On 4s.
Yep.
It's important you control the clock.
2 AP4. 3 damage.
It's just gonna kill 2. Take those 2.
Okay. My Clavers.
Yep.
Do the 6 attack profile.
Okay.
twos, rolling ones, fours.
Ooh.
One.
Terrible wound rolls out of these
minus
two.
two, so
Drukhari
5s.
into the Grey
Save.
Knights. So definitely expected the strike squad to get killed.
Okay.
Okay.
Then
But they're fine.
So,
I'll attack with my. I'll attack here.
Mm-hmm.
Pass the clock over. Okay.
So
I've
swings
got
with
6
the
attacks.
2 wound Dread Knight into the
We're
Incubi.
still
Try to
within
remove
range.
those.
So we'll do the sweeps. So 3s.
Oh
1s.
no! Oh no!
Wow. And then 2s.
Misses 4 times with the
Okay, 2
rerolls.
saves at
2
-2.
wounds go
3 damage
through.
each.
Do we roll any invulns? No. Okay.
Look.
Okay.
He's just
Cool.
he's making it.
And then
He's
I
just
think
keeping
it's
it
just
interesting
my stuff,
for us.
isn't
Oh
it?
my god, this
Yes.
fight phase has been a
So
roller coaster
I'll do the
ride.
Grandmaster into Drazar. We'll do the.
You gotta do the big attacks, I think. Drazar has your
8
damage
sweep
against little attacks.
We'd have to get a lot of 6s to get the mortal wounds. I'll just do the smashy attacks.
Yeah.
So hitting on 2s. Because the weapon skill doesn't degrade.
Yeah.
And then winning on 2s. Strength 10. So that's 1 mortal wound and 4 saves on a 4.
4 up. Okay.
And that's
Double.
D6. So minus. I know you've got -1. So 4, 5,
5.
and then 1 mortal wound.
Ah.
That'll get him. And then over here we've just got the Grey Knights. We'll just throw everything into the Archon. We've got the Justicar, so it's 10 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is yeah. And then 3s. So 4 mortal wounds.
Wow.
Ooh.
So I
And-
will do it them all together to the side of it.
Yeah, sure.
Get.
Cool.
Wow.
And then we'll just consolidate like that.
And here the good night.
Oh yeah, so we'll do Hellions. So we've got still full bracket, so we've got 10 attacks.
So this
We're re-rolling all the hit
the
rolls.
Archon,
We've
of
got
course,
Drazar,
immediately failed
so-
his Shadow
So
Field.
3s. Sorry, re-rolling them.
Immediately failed the Shadow Field as soon
And
as he went to
strength
take it.
6, so
As is the
wounded
way
on
of
3s.
Archons, and died.
So that's 3 mortal wounds and then 8 saves at -2.
6 up.
Because of the mortal wound damage put him down to killable by a single
6
failed
for
Shadow Field roll.
damage 2.
2 damage each, yeah.
Yeah, the one on the first die. I mean, in fairness, it was 1 out of 4 dice because the order of the Shadow Field saves didn't matter, because any failed save would kill him. But of course, out of the, we can imagine it was the first one he would have taken.
Yeah.
He would have just failed. And then this Red Knight kills 7 of the Hellions over here. 6 plus the mortal wounds. Yeah. Oh my God, Chad. Yeah, this was a brutal turn. This was.
I have morale.
I think we sort of called it that a lot of these engages were a little bit inefficient from the Drukhari, not necessarily because Dimitrios, I believe, made any mistakes, but just because like these Hellions needed to reroll on their charge, that way they didn't get to reroll wounds. You know, Drazar doesn't kill a Dread Knight by himself with a 3+ invulnerable save. Looks like 2 Hellions run away as well. Ugh, oh my God, brutal. So that's, I mean, the significant damage has been dealt to the Dread Knights. We have less than a single Dread Knight worth of wounds left out of the 3 remaining, but even so, like there's also still like 25 Grey Knight infantry left in the back of this table, and we are running quickly out of fighters for the Drukhari side. So the Succubus is here on 2 wounds remaining. She has no lookouts or coverage, so she's just going to get hit by bolt guns.
So we've got Drago will make the interceptors reroll all the hit rolls. This squad here.
Yeah, and now now I think we just see Grey Knights come in for the killing blow. We should see the Succubus get killed by the bolters here. This intercessor squad turns around and attacks Raider 1. All of the Raiders are empty at this stage. All the reinforcements are in because it's round 4.
Why didn't I just move them all at once?
We may see the Grandmaster pulled out of melee so it can shoot potentially. And then guns kill the raider and maybe the witches here. We could even potentially see this Dread Knight turn the Psy Cannon on the Heliarch to kill him, and then all of the little guns onto the witches. Or the Hellion just gets mited. And I think at the end of this turn, we're probably down to just this Hellion squad and the stuff in the back for the Drukhari. So this looks like we're angling towards a resounding Grey Knight victory.
We'll have the strikes just move up. We'll have the interceptors go up. Yeah.
Dimitrios is gonna take you out on this later, Pants. Is Dimitrios your dad?
Strikes can go there. Librarian can move 5.
Yeah, this has been a wild game to watch.
Definitely,
I think it kind of goes to show that Drukhari are sort of in a or you're playing against a match against him after this one. Oh man, Dimitrios is he's just cramming that 40k, right? But I think it goes to show you that Drukhari are kind of in a position that like 8th-Ed Raven Guard were, where they have this like sort of impervious game plan if they win the roll-off to go first, but if they don't, they have to get very creative. And I think this game looks very different if the Drukhari are able to go first, because those raiders can just push super aggressively forward, and then suddenly like this engagement happens on turn 2 instead of on turn 4, when the Drukhari have way more models remaining to attack with. But as soon as you don't have the opportunity to do that, and you know, as we saw, Grey Knights begin teleporting forward and removing Drukhari units before they get to activate, the game plan gets super tough for Drukhari. I think the Hellions are probably a very good pick in almost any other matchup, but I think Grey Knights remove them too quickly. They're they're not super susceptible to the Stormbolters because they can like be in cover and have that T5 so that the Stormbolters wound them on 5s, but the Psy Cannons and the Silencers just blitz them through, not to mention the melee attacks. All the melee attacks are super good at killing those Hellions.
Okay.
So it goes off on a 6. Fails. I don't know. The Grandmaster will cast Empiric Amplification onto the Dread Knight he's in combat with. For +1 to wound against it. I mean, +1 damage.
Okay.
So it goes off. We've got this Dread Knight here. He's going to cast Hammer Hand for reroll to wounds in combat. I don't think does it go off on a 6? Yep, goes off. Then we've got, is there anything else we've got? We've got Drago actually, so he'll cast, he will, for the millionth time today, attempt to cast Sanctuary onto that red unit. Needs a 6. Hey, it goes off. So this unit over here has got a 4-pin run. I'll call it white so we know. And then we'll cast Warp Shaping. Change it. Do we want to change the tide? No. You could smite her. Yeah, okay, we'll assuming, yeah, we'll smite the Succubus, needing 7, I think now. I'll just check for you. So we did it once, twice. Yeah, so 5, 6, it needs a 7. So Succubus goes. The Librarian will try and cast Gate of Infinity on.
So we get the Succubus.
Do we need to do it on anyone?
With psychic powers. Not in range to gate, it looks like.
No, don't need to do it on anyone. And these guys back here will try and cast Smite on the Incubi, needing an 8.
Ooh.
And they get a 9. D3.
Last smite goes off. Doesn't
Take
kill the
one.
Klavex though, so it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Cool. I think that'll be all of the smites, really, unless this blue unit got anything. We could smite that, I think. Although, nah, that's closer. Yeah, okay, we'll just go into shooting now. So, the red, this red unit here, is going to shoot into the witches.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got, 20 shots. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s. Eleven sixes.
5.
Cool.
Back down dead.
Oh, yeah, 5s now.
Oof.
Well, Dread Knight in combat will just shoot the Heliar.
Stormbolters continue to do mad work so far.
Hitting on 4s.
These models in this top right corner have killed 15 witches this game so far. And a succubus.
5 wins, -1, 5s. Gets it. And the Grandmaster will try and shoot the Raider. It's hitting on 5s now, though. I think. Yeah, 5s. Oh no, the Dread Knight was hitting on 6s. I'll re-roll it. 1 hit. Doesn't wound, and then I've got to do the Psych Cannon. Sorry, I'm just re-rolling the onto the hell. Oh wait, no, he's on full wounds. I did that right. I'm just an idiot. So I've got the Grandmaster. 5s.
Yeah, Dylan may be getting confused between his 3 Dread Knights, 2 of whom are bottom bracket, the other one who's
so
wounded
saves,
but not.
5 ups, 2 damage apiece.
Wow.
Ugh. Shoots 8 damage with the
we go.
Silencer onto the Raider. See if the Psych Cannon can remove the
Psych Cannon.
like that.
3 misses. 3s. 3 saves, 3 damage each. Cool.
Okay.
Kills the Raider.
Do I explode?
Empiric amplification doing mad work right there. It put
This guy will shoot the Raider. He's
an
in front of.
additional like 6 wounds onto that Raider.
So hitting on
Empiric
5s.
amplification. That's a tongue twister. I'm gonna have to practice that one in the mirror.
4 saves, -1, 1 damage.
Okay.
Okay. And Psych Cannon. 5s. 3s. 1 save. -2. 2 damage. Cool. I guess the white unit could shoot the Raider.
So Drukhari going second.
We've got
Do
2
you
guys
have
in rapid
access to bottom round 5 scoring? I'm not sure how much it's gonna matter. It depends a lot on how big the strike squad can charge. Because if it can get onto objective 2, yeah, then round 4, Dimitrios is only gonna get 5 victory points for primaries. And that seems like I think fairly insurmountable. You do have to max your Abhor the Witch to make the game look even close. It does look like to me, I don't think that there's any way Grey Knights don't get the full 15. Actually, no, this Raider just runs onto objective 3. Just kidding. So Dylan would be on 40 points primary. Yeah, it looks like the strike squad did get into the Raider with the boxcars charge
I dropped my
again.
phone yesterday and now it has a crack.
Shuma, I'm sorry that you dropped your phone. I'm very sorry to hear that. You should tell it to get off crack though. I know a Narcotics Anonymous number you can call. But yeah, so that's gonna put Dimitrios down to a 5-point primary. Even if he gets the 15, he'd be tied on primary, and I think Dylan pulls it out on secondaries regardless.
So I'll do the Dread Knight. We've got 6 attacks hitting on 3s.
Yeah, so he would have 20.
And then we're wounding.
No, he'd only get 35 primary. Just kidding. Yeah, so he would have to get 5 points more on secondary in order to tie. And I don't think that that's on the table because Dylan's already scored those 15 for the purifying ritual. So we saw that ritual purification, like, basically closing the game out for Dylan. I think he was attritionally highly advantaged, but if he had a less consistent secondary there, and that Raider's dead anyway, so we can't go to contest objective 3. So Dylan looks like we'll potentially get the 15-point primary round 5 anyway, unless those Hellions go over and deal with it.
The 3 halberds, interceptor, and 2 guys for 10 attacks. 3s, rerolling.
It doesn't replace phone screens, but it does replace my deep strike screens when I'm playing 40k.
-2, so 5 ups.
Okay, takes 1, so 2 and 2, 4.
Yeah. So 2 damage and then 2 mortals, and then we've just got the stave.
Okay.
Reroll on the hits. Strength 7, so it wins you on 3s. And nothing. You do your attacks back?
Okay, I will do my cleavage.
Yep.
On force. 2 -2.
Yeah, it
1
does seem like the matchup may be in Grey Knight's favor.
Kill the guy,
They have, I mean, all their
-2.
profiles are good. Like, you can't, there's not a lot of Drukhari units that profitably engage into strike squads.
I will do my deck. It doesn't matter.
Because any of them you don't kill
So fish,
is just like so good at killing Drukhari back.
it counts like double the Woodbrook Black Heart on fish 2 AP1.
And then they have really good profiles at killing raiders, and then also like mass stormbolters to remove the raiders, the contents of the raider if they're out in the open, and that's basically what we've been seeing. Not to mention that the Dread Knights are kind of annoying to kill
save,
for
-3
for Drukhari.
Oh,
At least this version of Drukhari.
And he'll just consolidate this way.
4+ invulnerable save makes the blast cannons or the dark lances a little awkward into them because you're not super consistent. But I'm sure like a unit of Cavalite Trueborn and some additional raiders would have made this a little bit better because the Dread Knights can kind of just stand out in the middle and eat charges all day and not really be bothered.
My cleavage.
Yeah, they're good at killing the strike squads, but the issue is like
My cleavage.
anything they send into a strike squad kills a 100-point strike squad and then loses to the next strike squad in melee or in shooting. If it's a Hellion, they just charge it and kill it. And if it's a witch squad, they just shoot it and kill it. And that's basically what we've been seeing all game is like these strike squads have been just jumping in the back and then like sort of trading up into whatever Drukhari unit's back there. It's really the Stormbolter on the wrist, I think, chat. That's like 15 witches on this objective dead. Just sort of trivially for no commission, not having to commit anything really. But plus those like strength 5 plus 2 damage weapons against the Hellion profile is really good. It's specifically in this matchup. You don't often see Hellions in Drukhari armies, so that doesn't often matter. But in this one, like these Hellions are just kind of dead weight. They can get up and they can fight and they can do some damage, but they immediately die as soon as they do that.
Okay. Shooting, the Hellions will shoot your interceptors.
Okay. Take a wind.
Skokie will shoot your guy.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was a terrible shot from the Scourges. Jeez. Get good, Scourges.
My Ranger will shoot your guys.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. Get.
Wins, go straight through, kills the guy.
Cool. Charges for moral reasons from now on. My clever will charge your Grandmaster.
Yeah. I will not Overwatch.
That Overwatch would have been
6.
kind of fun.
I think 6,
Yep.
yeah. Did you pass me the 10?
Oh, yep. Sorry, you've got 1 command point.
My Helios will charge your Great Knight.
Yep. I will Overwatch with this one, I think.
Cool.
Actually, wait. No, I need it for the Grandmaster on the reroll. Go ahead.
So I need 2 dice. That's okay with that in. With an
8.
8. Yeah. Cool. You cannot get up.
No.
No. So my clevers will go first.
Yep.
Okay. 4 attacks. Actually, no, 6 attacks. On 2s.
Not really exploding Dread Knights, chat, because Dread Knights don't
5.
explode.
5.
Ooh, one
One.
swing, big
Come on.
swing goes through. Can we make the
Come on,
4
fella.
up? Nope.
Ooh, I'm gonna CP it.
CP?
Come on, almighty powerful command point.
Nope.
No.
CP's into a 1. Dread Knight.
Damn it.
And the Grandmaster goes
Nice.
down. GG. So that's a big abhor swing.
Okay. My Helios will attack your guy.
Can the second unit of Hellions finally kill this Dread Knight? That's
Yeah.
the
35.
question today.
2s. 5s. Wow. 6 AP1 and 6 AP2.
Okay. So 6 AP1 on 3s. So that's 6 damage. And then the other 6. I think I'll die.
Yeah, go
Oh,
Yep.
nearly.
on.
They do. All right. So 2 Dread Knights killed for the Drukhari. Finally, we're starting to
I
actually
will
remove those
score,
models.
Priority targets for 3.
Yep.
And,
No
probably
Stranglehold,
I must
unfortunately. It just has
avoid
the 2
wings,
objectives.
No, you've got 11 so far.
actually.
But I think that, I mean, that
You've killed.
Okay.
I think
3 Dread
the
Knights,
winner was
a
already
Interceptor
determined,
squad,
but
and a
we
Pegation squad. So
Okay.
the loss of Stranglehold there makes it a little
3
bit more
Dread
painful.
Knights
Dylan's going to grab a
is
15-point
6,
turn here.
7 Interceptor squad and Peg. Yeah, it's 11.
Ah, okay, cool.
Okay. So just to call move off.
Hi, the Raider. Sorry, we forgot here.
Oh yeah, got to come back with the Raider. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
So I've got 10 attacks.
Yeah.
And 4s. 2 mortal wounds, 4 saves.
That halberd profile. Strength 6 is so much where you want to be on
Come on.
with a lot of profiles.
Yeah,
AP2 is a very solid AP to be at, but Strength 6 winning
That's
Do I
winning Raiders
explode?
on 4s, winning T3
No,
infantry
I
on
will.
2s is so good.
okay.
Halberds are solid, man.
Okay.
So my last turn.
So yeah, Dylan gets the 15 on primary. He should
have
100
Drago reroll.
100 out the score here.
We'll have these guys.
And I
These are quite
think
happy
we
to sort of
lose.
This guy's moved.
Oh, the orange Hellion unit might actually
that
not die
might
because
be
there's only
5.
one squad in range. I think it probably gets killed.
So we'll just
So we'll probably just be down to Scourges on the Drukhari army at the end of this turn, I think.
Librarian, I'll go 5. And then we'll send these off. Cool. So we'll do Psychic. So we'll have the Interceptors do Smite.
Mm-hmm.
2 dice. Doesn't go off. These guys will cast Hammer Hand for reroll wounds. Doesn't go off.
This is a terrible psychic base here.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. We'll have the Librarian cast Vortex of Doom on a 7. We'll spend a CP so that we roll 3 dice taken. The ones we want. Yep, so I'll take the 8. So it's going to be 2d3 plus 1 mortal wounds onto the Hellions. So that's 5.
Drukhari OP. Yeah, if this game has demonstrated anything, it's
5
just
mortal
how
wounds to
powerful
Hellions,
Drukhari
and
are.
then
Especially in the
1
psychic
mortal
phase,
wound
am I
to
right?
Vortex.
Sure.
And then he can cast 1 more power, so we'll have a go at Smite. We've tried once, so yeah, twice happens, another d3. Just 1 more mortal wound on the Hellions.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have Drago cast Warp Shaping. No, Drago will just go for Smite. He needs like a 7 now. Nope. We'll go for Sanctuary onto the red unit. Yep. And I think
Drukhari should
we'll
take
have the
wounds in
Dread
their
Knight
own
fire
psychic
Smite, why
phase
not?
too.
Needs an 8.
Agreed.
Nope. Cool.
Just all of their units get a smite, but
this
it's only against
guy.
themselves.
Smite on a 9. Nope. Cool. On to shooting. So we'll have the Interceptors shoot. Actually, the Dread Knight will shoot the Clavax first. So all the shots. 5s. And 3s. When the dice reappear from the void. Okay, 2 wins, -1.
Good.
Cool. We'll have the Interceptor shoot 20 shots.
So we're just going to pile attacks into the Hellions here now.
5s. 4 sets.
And we'll
5.
slowly
Yep.
chew the unit
4
down.
saves.
Looks like kills
yeah,
2.
5
Wow, all right.
Cool. It's 2 dead.
And then the strike squad should
Well.
deal a little bit. We'll
We'll
clean them up
have
and charge.
The other unit shoot, I think only 4 can shoot, so 16.
So it looks like
Yep,
we're going to be coming out with a Grey Knight victory here, chat. If anybody has any questions for the players,
And
go ahead and
then
start
win
thinking
by
about those for when we
3
start
more
doing a
wins.
breakdown in just a little bit here after the game is concluded.
Cool. Damage?
Damage 1.
Yes.
And then we'll have Drago shoot his 4 mastercrafted shots. Yep. And then 5s. 2 saves, -1. So 5 ups. These are 2 damage each.
Ugh. Drago kills the remainder. Didn't even need to charge those guys.
And then I'll end. And then I'll end the turn.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
think we
Okay.
get 5 for Dimitrios.
Και the only thing I can do.
The Scourges will probably just kill that
just.
Justicar, grab the
Yeah.
priority targets, and then that will be it. Should be 69 to 100.
Actually.
Good old 69.
Cool. 15 shocks.
Phenomeno. Dylan was considering casting Warp Time. I doubt that was the case.
4.
69's better than 100, so Drukhari win.
I will charge him.
Oh, they're gonna get into pour though,
Okay.
so it'll be 71 actually, right? Oh no, we've ruined it. Everything sucks. Justicar did take 1 from the shooting. Can we get him with the charge?
You don't want to move them all up because then you won't get your priority target.
Unless you kill him and then you
And
consolidate back. No, we're just gonna kill
unless you
him.
can consolidate back.
Unless I kill him.
I love this confidence,
Like
boundless
the plan?
confidence from the Drukhari. Well, just
Yeah,
kill him. It's
okay.
It
fine.
doesn't matter for the outcome of the game, so why not?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah, just concede before he can score any
9
more
attacks.
points. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we've just dodged it.
If I can grab the guys.
So 4 guys swinging on the
You've got 4
Justicar.
got-
We
you've
do
got-
have some
should be
CP we
11
could
attacks. You've
reroll a
still
little bit.
got-
In
I know
here
one
if
of
we
them's
wanted
not
to.
in. Yeah, still you me.
Yeah, one's outside. So 2 up. I got him have any special. No. 5 up. Yeah.
1 for
1? Oh no, are we not gonna kill it?
1 for up.
Not like this. Ah,
Yeah.
he survives.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
So
Okay,
no
well,
Avor and
ah,
no
Yeah,
priority
I'll do
targets.
the-
That's too bad. We don't even hit 69, chat.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Ruined. Ruined. This game sucks. 40k,
Yeah, he
worst
only
game.
kills 1 anyway.
5
Oh
up.
no, 5 up everyone's. Ah,
No, good job.
kills it.
Cool.
Cool.
All right.
Congratulations, man.
Well, there it goes.
Cool. Thanks.
I don't get 5, I get nothing last game because like the last 10 I scored at the end of the game.
Oh yeah. Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. I think we're done.
I had a wrong plan from the start.
What
Yeah.
was that?
I said I had a wrong plan.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Understood. Yeah, definitely an interesting matchup. This is the first time I've seen it play out, but it seems a little tough for Drukhari. Have you guys played Grey Knights versus Drukhari previously?
I've played it a lot. I've played it like 5 or 6 times now. I've only lost once, and it took the Dread Knights really whiffing against Raiders for it to happen.
Gotcha. It's almost
Yeah,
like Drukhari
actually-
are popular or something.
Yeah.
It's a back matchup for Drukhari because they have mortal wounds that
Mhm.
now go through. They have too many strength 4 and strength 5 or 6, but they can upgrade their swords with 2 damage, 3 damage, things like that. And they have good movement for some reason. But I played with a wrong plan, and I definitely forgot about the here that I removed the unit, to be honest.
Oh,
Well,
this was
yeah,
open for the deep strike with the
Yeah,
Brigader
I
squad.
forgot. Like I moved the unit and I forgot to put another unit place. Like, okay.
Yeah, I was sort of expecting a Raider to go plug that gap, but it was busy doing other stuff.
Yeah. Hope so.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Dimitrios, could you talk about the Hellions in your list? I usually like seeing Hellions in Drukhari lists. It seems like they're a little outmatched in this matchup. They just don't really have anything they particularly want to be attacking. But how have they done for you in your other games?
Usually they are good because they have good movement, they have a lot of attacks, and they have a lot of damage to attacks.
Mhm.
Which I'm kind of lacking in the army, in my groups. The only other unit has damage to is the Incubi.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to wait until turn 2 to use them.
Right, right.
So you have the advancing charge. Because a unit of 10, it is a bit too expensive to just throw out.
Right.
Away.
Yeah. Do you ever find that just even having like move 14 infantry on the table turn 1, even if you aren't going first, that kind of keeps your opponent back from your deployment zone? Because one thing that often happens is that, going first against Drukhari and they don't quite have that super long threat range, you can play a little bit more aggressively on the top of turn 1, but Hellions I found often make that are able to punish that a little bit. Do you find that at all?
Yes, definitely. But not against Grey Knights.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They have the right weapons to kill them in one turn
for sure.
easily.
Yeah. Yeah, the 2 damage melee everywhere, and not to mention like those side cannon shots is really awkward. And that's not even talking about the fact that every infantry model has potentially 4 Stormbolter shots stapled onto it, which is, I mean, pretty brutal. Half of the Hellion squad in the center there at the end got killed by Stormbolters before we even had to do anything exciting.
Actually, the most annoying rule in the Grey Knight it's the second gate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
You
psychic
just
action.
can't stop. Even if I have models in the objective, they touch the objective, they do the action.
Yep.
I can't do nothing because I don't have any psyches.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy 15 points.
Right. Right.
But that's why it was again the wrong plan for my behalf, because I have to go all in.
Mm.
And okay, 50-50, I live or die.
Right.
But that was a slow death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. And especially it being priority targets, like you already have that easy secondary to begin with. So it's not like they have one easy secondary and then they have to kind of fight for the other ones. Like Dylan's just pushing for Stranglehold and the other ones are kind of a given. So yeah, I definitely understand that, like just trying to go for the throat immediately was probably going to be a better play.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know if it worked, but it had a chance to work.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Yeah, it's better to just let the dice decide than kind of go for the much less likely like attrition plan, I guess.
Yeah.
We did have a question for Dylan that I'm going to paraphrase a little bit here. Phenomena was asking, a couple times you were considering casting warp shaping in the last couple turns. Can you talk about what you were thinking of changing the tide to?
I'd probably have just changed it to Tide of Clarity so that it makes the charges a bit more reliable.
Mm-hmm.
But I sort of decided the extra damage from the mortal wounds each time would probably edge out, and I didn't need to be aggressive, so I didn't really need it as much.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Part of it was just a bit of a reflex because I'm used to changing the Tide of Clarity every game.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, those mortal wounds were brutal. Like that was a lot of extra damage, especially that Archon in the end there, right at the back. That poor guy. He's like, my shadow field. That strikes one's like, shadow field this idiot. Poor dude. JX Cole, one more question. How much more tried and tested value have purgation squads over other choices for points in your experience, Dylan? How much?
I think they're okay, but I'm probably gonna drop them from the list and go for a more interceptor heavy, just because they're nice into Eldar and they're nice to drop in the back, but I've sort of found that in most cases 20 Stormbolter shots will do the same thing.
Yeah, I can definitely tell.
The flamers are nice, but it's very rare that they've got like a super good target to go into.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
So here's a question: if you could use, it's a stratagem to extend the range of psi weapons, right? Or is that a power? What am I thinking of?
You've got it's Tide of Convergence, the one I was in all game.
The Tide.
Plus 6 inches.
Yeah. So if that worked on incinerators, would you keep them around?
I'd probably play with them more.
Yeah.
If it worked on incinerators, it would make them harder to screen out, and it would make it easier. But it's, again, I think if I weigh it up between another squad of interceptors or a squad of purgation squads, I want the interceptors for the move.
Yeah, the interceptors definitely, it seemed like, I mean, they're just phenomenal, right? Like the strike squad profile is already really good, and they just do it but faster. So
I'm swapping to a list of making it all rapiers, taking 25 interceptors, keeping the dread knights, and then taking a chaplain.
Yeah, seems good. 18-inch flamers. Well, you can't do that though, so it's fine, chat. See, it's okay. All right, well, guys, well, your score is submitted. Obviously, congratulations to both of you for getting to the finals, and Dylan, congratulations for taking it down. This is an interesting game to watch. It was fun to see this matchup play out, so thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yep.
We'll see you around, Gillan. Congrats.
See ya. It was a good game.
I will have my revenge.
All right. Well, I'm sure we'll see you guys again in the not too distant future. So maybe we'll see some vengeance on the stream.
Okay.
Cheers, guys.
Boy. Cool.
Okay,
Cheers.
bye-bye.
See ya.
Oops, I cut Dylan off there. All right, chat. This is a fun one to watch. We got this one on the stream. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for taking some time out of your early Thursday. Let's go ahead and raid somebody before we sign off here. As a little bit of a reminder, or an announcement, I guess. I don't think I talked about it on the stream yet. But we did yesterday open up a new instance of the GT. So we had a 32-player GT we're going to run starting this week. It filled up immediately, and some people were disappointed they didn't get a spot. So we've opened up a second 32-person GT to start the end of next week. So that registration closes in about a week, next Thursday, end of day. And then you have 24 hours to submit your list from there, and rounds will go up Friday next week. That's going to be 5 weeks, and we'll have prize support for top placing players, plus raffles for people who complete their game. So you get prizes regardless of what you do, or you're eligible for prizes regardless of how well you do. That'll also be eligible for T5S2 points. Exclamation point events will get you the link in chat there for that one. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. So we'll have 2 GTs running concurrently, essentially. So anybody who's interested in that, go check it out. Also, we're doing the giveaway ending on end of September, October 1st. So you can check that out. Exclamation point giveaway in the chat will get you there. So I hope that you check that out. We have a billion ways to enter. We're giving away about $700 worth of stuff, worth of 40k and Games Workshop stuff. So yeah, that's gonna be good. Anyway, Sir Dar winning is list building. Joy of Painting Minis is list building. We'll go hang out with them, or is playing a game. Nids versus Chaos. There's Tyranids on the stream. We gotta raid the Tyranids. Oh, it's not working. All right, we'll go hang out with Joy of Painting Minis. Very biased, chat. I have never once pretended to be unbiased. I'm gonna be live tomorrow evening, also at about at 7 p.m. Eastern time, so about 30 hours from right now. So you can come and hang out with that. I'm going to be playing Kiddo Crew in kind of a show match style game, and that's going to be Thousand Suns versus Tyranids, so that'll be fun time. And I should have a lot more happening early next week as well. So we have the GT starting. I don't know if I'm going to pull games from that, but also I'm playing in Speedhammer. If there's any other Speedhammer games that I'm going to try to get on stream, then that'll be happening. So stay tuned to the stream schedule. I'm going to try to stream a lot next week. So cheers, guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow, or you'll see me probably, and we'll go hang out with Joy of Painting Minis. Goodbye.